fired up? Is it Monday? It must be Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, here we go. Big Monday. Big Monday night. First weekend of NFL. Got a lot to do today. Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, and TLC with you. Good to have you along for the ride. Great show today. We'll set the menu in moments. My man showed up. Good to see you.
It's good to see you, man. How was your weekend?
Great.
Yeah?
Great weekend.
Nice. Okay.
Solid
Love to hear
weekend.
it. Tell me about it. What happened?
Let's see. Scrapped out a victory in fantasy baseball. Made the playoffs.
There we go.
On the last day of the year. So now we're in the playoffs. Last night, I lose Xavier Worthy on Friday night on the third play of the game for the season, maybe. Who knows?
Wow.
Dislocated shoulder, getting a second MRI, may have labrum ligament issues, or maybe not. Maybe he's out a month and we brace it up and we go.
Running into his own
Friendly
guy.
fire.
My goodness.
The curse of Taylor Swift is alive and well. He gets engaged and then takes out his own player. And so I had to deal with that. Mm-hmm. But Joshua Allen, when in our league, we always say, reach for a quarterback. Just do it. You'll just be happier. You may not win, but you will be happier. And so he single-handedly won me the week. So we got fantasy baseball in the playoffs, fantasy football, week 1 in the books. Josh Allen just drops a sandbag of a 40-pointer. And then shout out to my old pal partner up at the Turtle, Jeffrey Stern. Rode him to victory. The Summer of Stern beat a couple of very worthy opponents up there at the Little Tortoise.
Love it. Love it.
And Yano and Bellevue, who are, by the way, Andrew hits the ball as far as anybody I've ever seen hit it. And we scrapped that one. It was just a grinder up early, kind of put it on tilt early and had to protect the lead the whole way. So we got a victory there. And if the Vikes win tonight, I may just pull ripcord on the whole thing and just say it's been a great week. But other than that, and then we'll get into Ohio State and Grambling because it was exactly how we predicted. And on Friday, it's a name your score game. I'm happy I went all in on the shutout because that was there for the taking. And so here we are, my friend, week 2. I know that I'm glad you deferred to me. That was very nice. You won the toss and deferred to start the show. Yeah. Maybe that's what we should do from now on. We flip a coin, and then whoever wins the toss can defer.
However you want to do it.
Or take the opening kickoff, which I did. And the only reason I did that is because I've counted about 8 people at this station that have already done a wellness check on you today.
Yeah.
I'm like, my boy's going to be all right. Yeah, it's week 1.
You know, I woke up to about 4 text messages, are you okay? What the blank happened? I went to sleep.
You stayed up for it.
I stayed up for the entire thing, which started off as a movie I was thoroughly enjoying and then turned into an absolute horror film for me. 90% of my weekend was amazing, right? Was out on Saturday night, had a good time, went out yesterday afternoon watching the games, ate some good food, and I'm like, this is what it's all about, baby. And then we start the game up in Buffalo, and for 80% of that game, it was belt to ass. And then what happened? The unthinkable happened. And my Ravens, again, find a way in Buffalo to just fold up like a napkin and hop on the plane back home with another L. So, yes, everyone that checked on me, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I went through all the pain last night.
Talk about the pain.
It was a rough night of sleep for me. I woke up in the middle of the night, as I always do, AR.
Some AJP run?
And the first thing that was on my mind was Derrick Henry fumbling that ball. So, yes, I am in a decent headspace.
169 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he's the reason you lose the game.
That's all I can think about.
How is that possible?
Is that moment But overall, I'm okay. And, we're going to push through, man. We're going to push through. Right. But, for me as a Ravens fan, you start the year last season on the road in Kansas City with Isaiah Likely, his toe right on the line and almost winning in Kansas City. And you turn the page the next year and you lose the way that you lose last night. It's just fun being a Ravens fan right now, I got to tell you. Great times. Great times. You end the season in Buffalo the way you did, and you start the season in the same venue looking like a bunch of clowns. I love it. It's awesome.
I thought when you guys stopped the 2-point conversion and Chris Collinsworth was setting it up like this. He said, they've run this 2-point conversion 1,000,000 times in training camp. This is going to be the best play in their playbook. This is the one they've worked all fall for. And then they call a one-on-one goal line fade. Now, it had some misdirection. It did have some misdirection to the left, but it was basically just giving your guy a chance, which
it was Keon Coleman, I believe,
if
right?
If he throws it a little more back shoulder, he probably gets it. It was just a little too much weirdly on target.
And it was good coverage by Nate Wiggins, who the Ravens drafted in the first round last year. So that may be a matchup we see for years, right? Keon Coleman, the Bills drafted him fairly high a year ago, and then you had Nate Wiggins as a first-round pick, and those guys were getting after it. And Nate Wiggins, he won that individual matchup, and our defense did not do much winning at all yesterday. I'll tell you that much.
And then you get to the 4th and 3 at your own 38. With 1:33 left, and you have to decide, are you punting the ball back to Buffalo and giving them a shot, or are you just going to say, we're going to go for it, and if we miss it, we're basically almost gifting them at least a chance at a field goal, because it's at the 38, and so it's not like it was a chip shot if you give it back. You guys decide to punt on a 4th and 3. Where were you on that, Coach Harbaugh?
I was
Coach Harbaugh Hayes.
That's the man I'm not happy with right now. Of many men that were in purple, white, and black yesterday, but we've had a history of in those moments going for that. And I just think when you're a head coach and you see your defense leaking oil the way that they were against one of the best quarterbacks in the league, I would have liked for them to be aggressive and go for that. When you have Lamar, Derek, and that crew, I can live with knowing that those guys didn't get it done versus putting in the defense's hands, to me, where they were just not getting it done at all. And so that's just one moment in the game that I look back on and just say that was a misstep, I believe, by the head coach of the Ravens. So, man, with Lamar, you can just do so many creative things in those short down and distances, and I think he would have found a way to get it. So I didn't want to punt the ball back to Josh Allen in that moment.
One game. We may have just watched a preview of the AFC title game.
It's a great game.
Right.
It really was.
Out of the gate to get that game in week 1.
It's awesome.
But I understand where your head is at.
And it was just wild stuff that was happening there. Like, think about the tip touchdown pass that Buffalo got. Think about the field goal that they got with like 1 second. And remember, Lamar and all the guys are running off the field. Like, it was.
Come on back.
It was crazy.
He did get out of bounds.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Absolutely. Like, I'm not pushing back on that at all. I'm just like, all the stuff that happened in that game. I mean, the rookie kicker for Baltimore misses an extra point, and the final score of the game's 41-40. Like, it's just all of those what ifs that happen. But at the end of the day, look, Ravens got to find a way to win these games. And until they do, I don't blame anybody for picking against them when they go up against the big boys, because they looked the part. I mean, coming out of that, to start the game, it was just dominance. Like, that's just all it was dominance.
The Buffalo Bills defensive line was getting absolutely mauled.
Yeah.
And their second level was getting absolutely creased. There was nothing they could do to stop you guys, even though they scored early. And that's where everybody thought that game was going.
Yeah.
Was that you just keep handing the ball to Derek, which, by the way, they did. It's on him. It's the oddest thing to say when a guy has basically 170 yards and 2 touchdowns and gets you the lead. Because every player and every coach in that locker room will say the same thing. We're not even in that game without Derek, so don't blame Derek. But as a pro, and as the pro that he is, and a Hall of Famer, you all of a sudden say, there's only one thing that you have to worry about in that moment. It's not gaining a yard.
It's taking care of the rock.
Holding on to the ball.
Absolutely.
And that comes to coaching. That comes to, that really does. And by the way, at the end of the game, and I'll end it on this. I'm not really sure. I can't remember who caught the ball for Buffalo at the end of that game, which got him all the way down there. and one of your guys trips him up, shoestring tackle.
I think it was Coleman.
Okay, so it probably was. And so if all the guys on the Ravens, I looked at Lamar, and I think they were kind of discussing, man, I wish they would have just not tackled him. And I'm pretty sure whoever that Buffalo Bill was, if it was Coleman, he probably does go in the end zone.
Yeah.
Now, you think about this, if you're coaching the Bills in that drive, like I would love to ask Sean McDermott, were you instructing your guys after you got closer that if you have a free walk to the end zone, lay down?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It just didn't seem like that would have happened.
Yeah.
But that's the stuff that you are thinking about as coaches, position coaches, instructing your players at the end. And listen, you don't have to tell Derrick Henry to hang on to the ball. You would think that's not something you need to put back in his head. But sometimes when you're in an intense game, you do have to give someone a refresher on fundamentals. Hey, your instincts are going to tell you to fight for that extra yard. Your instincts are going to tell you to find that crease because you've done it all game, and you could put this game away with your legs. But we have this game in hand. We can put it away with you running to the left and falling down. And you almost have to just keep banging that in. And I'm wondering if you take your eyes. Was it a toss or was it a handoff?
I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what happened there and how Lamar got, the rock to Derek there. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, Ravens are a good team. They're a really good team, as we all know. But in that locker room, this loss stings times 2 just because of the implications when it comes to seeding down the line. Like that's to me the toughest part of all of this is like if you're the Ravens, you're going up against a team that you look across the sideline and you're saying that's a team that could obviously be the 1 seed in the AFC. So now if you're the Ravens, that's more of an uphill climb. Is that now they have that head-to-head against you. And when we talk about Buffalo's schedule, there's a real chance this year that they are going to be the 1 seed because they picked up arguably one of their most difficult wins already. And now Baltimore, you may have to go on the road in the postseason instead of having the postseason maybe come through Baltimore.
I said to Baker last week before the season started that we were talking about last undefeated team standing. And I looked at him, I said, if Buffalo wins this game, there's a really good chance they're the last undefeated team.
Yeah, they're going to clean up.
Here's my boy Bobby Trossett on Ravens Vault, who went through the laundry list. Derrick Henry's fourth quarter fumble, Tyler Loop's missed extra point, which you mentioned, 28 second half points allowed, Jair Alexander tackling Coleman, which not letting him go in. So those were the 2 guys. Allowing the 1 second field goal you mentioned, and then not making the decision to let Lamar determine that game on fourth down.
You got to put it in.
So that's it. Yep. I mean, and then you walk away with that. But it would be shocking, I think, to most people if somehow these 2 teams don't meet again somewhere in the playoffs. But I agree with you, the seeding will matter. We got a lot to do today. We'll have Jim Lache, the former legendary Buckeye. He'll be with us at 12:30. Adam King will stop by in the second hour at halftime when you guys all go to the bathroom and get your concessions. And then Ian Fitzsimmons, our guy from ESPN Radio, will be on with us at 2:30. Up next, Ryan Day. How does he judge this one? And did it match any kind of simulated intensity he could provide? We'll tell you that next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And, well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
Don't sweat it. Call Care Heating and Cooling, and we'll fix your air conditioner fast. 1-800-COOLING.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 6-packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Limit 8. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Sometimes I hear a sparkling sound.
Like when we say, all you have to do is point?
There it is.
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Back to work, school, it's all happening. It's real life. Routine shouldn't be a bad word. How about winning rhythm? Losing weight every week with Awaken 180 and looking forward each day in every weigh-in. Fast results online at Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Football season is here at Columbus, and Germain Toyota of Columbus has the winning plays. Drive home a brand new 2025 Tacoma SR5, just $269 a month for 36 months. 10,000 miles a year. Or power up with the Tundra, now just 1.75 APR for 72 months. Don't wait. These deals, they won't last long. Stop by Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road, or shop anytime at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota of Columbus. See dealer for details.
Jeremy Foltz, CEO and co-founder of 3C Technology Solutions, speaks about working with First Bank of Central Ohio.
I think FBCO had a really nice personal touch. Transition was really easy and much cleaner than I thought it would be. Some very specific things that made me very excited to work with them are availability and creativity.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Columbus, it's T-Bone for Window Nation. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, plus no payments for 2 years. You also get 2 free tickets to an Ohio State football game when you replace all the windows in your home. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com now.
1, 2, 3. Ryan Day's Buckeyes are back at the shoe for a battle with the Ohio Bobcats. Lots of Bobcats here in the office. None of them actually want them to win.
Live fan coverage starts Saturday at noon with the Kick at 7.
The Fan.
Fraud in government is a crime, and it robs taxpayer dollars. I'm Ohio Auditor of State Keith Faber, and my job is to catch people that lie, cheat, and steal, report suspicious behavior, and help stop fraud. Learn the red flags, speak up, and protect your tax dollars by calling 1-866-FRAUD-OH.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at onnradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Proper tree care is an investment that can lead to substantial returns and increased personal enjoyment. Hiring a certified arborist can help care for your trees and prevent storm damage. Inspections by Ohio ISA certified arborists can often find and mitigate tree defects before they fail. Only professionals with specialized knowledge and training are properly equipped to provide appropriate care. To find an arborist, visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
An absolutely lovely start to the work week with plenty of sunshine and temperatures feeling very much like fall in the mid-70s. For tonight, clear skies overnight with our lows down into the 40s. And then for Tuesday, the sunshine is on rinse and repeat. Sunglasses will be needed, but the jacket you can put away in the afternoon with highs getting right around 80 degrees. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Finding the sweet spot between the over and the under. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, Buckeyes go over that speed bump. You know, the people in the neighborhood that take the speed bump really fast, and you're like, come on, man, you're already in the neighborhood. What are you doing?
Slow down, player.
Exactly. Like, what is that? You're like 10 seconds from your parking spot.
I don't know, man. People get behind.
What is this, Pit Road in Indy?
It's crazy.
Like, bring it down a hair.
I hear you, man.
Oh, I'm just the old man in me. It's just like, and I wish, and you know what kind of goes to me sometimes is not that, okay, you're going over the speed bump fast in the neighborhood. It's more like, you really want to do that to your car? Like some of them are like, you hit that axle, you hit that thing and like.
You can hear that thing, yeah.
Man,
it's tough.
I mean, it's funny. You get old enough, you start rooting for the blowout. You start rooting for like a cracked rim or something. I'm rooting for the car.
A wheel to just fall off, rim and wheel just fall off.
Some sort of lug nut.
Just rolling in somebody's yard or something. That'd be awesome.
The worst are the people who speed through parking garages because of the echo. They just feel really cool hearing their car be loud.
Yeah, that is annoying.
The other one that's interesting, and I've been guilty of this a couple times. Not fast, It's when you get into the big Meijer or Kroger and it's either late night or it's Saturday and you're cutting across. You're doing a diagonal.
Oh, through like the spots.
Through
like
lanes. Through the parking.
Yeah,
that's probably not good either.
I do that as well. TLC, how was the move on Saturday, man? Everything go well?
It's going well. I haven't utilized your advice yet entirely, but I'm moving in stages. I'm only like 10 to 15 minutes away from my parents, so not everything has to go at once. And so I got
15 minutes.
Yeah, I got all
as far away as you could get, huh? You couldn't cut the apron strings.
Exactly. Yeah. Moving time zones 2 years ago it hurt too much. But moving in stages, I got a lot of the heavy lifting done, so now it's a lot of just like packing suitcases full of clothes and just getting the closet filled out.
Cool. The advice I gave you, that can take time.
Yeah.
That takes time.
Over time.
Yeah, you can build that out. Take time.
This advice sounds kind of on the sly, like maybe there's something.
No, it's just for, a single lad over there. I was, giving him some advice, how you can set that thing up.
Build your bar.
So just
the bachelor pad is what we're saying. Let's just say it. How do you set up a bachelor pad?
Yeah, so I know.
Potions and lotions and all sorts of things.
Hit him with some tools I think he can use down the
lighting.
Yeah.
Right?
All that,
Okay. Gotcha.
Every dream home has a good bar in it for a lot of people. A lot of people renovate their basements and put a bar in it.
All right.
Yep.
TLC with his own wet bar.
Moving on up, man. Moving on up.
So this game was laughable. It's one of those games, and it's so refreshing to hear Ryan Day, before we even talk about it. Like, I really do think he's always been a very good coach. He's had a handle on things. He's had his problems with Michigan, which is a big one. But after winning it all, there's a new instinct in him. I hope it shows itself in the big games. It feels like it already did against Texas a little bit when he trusted his young quarterback to throw the ball on predictable running downs. But I love hearing him after this game. It's so refreshing. Now, he would never say this before the game. He could never get to the podium before the game and say, well, the talent's just overwhelming. He would never do that. But afterward, he can. He can reflect upon it. And it's very refreshing to hear a guy, because I was asking a question like, how do you judge this? And sometimes you have to judge these games harsher than you even do the big games, because the big games you're going up against equal talent, Maddie, and one guy is going to win on a certain play. You can't win on every play. You're more judging that to discipline and stupid mistakes versus a game like this. The hard part is when you judge somebody on a walkover game very critically, the one thing you can't simulate is intensity. And so it's very difficult to have those be in balance, to be perfect, but also ask someone to be perfect when the game can be a distraction itself because it's so lopsided. So let's hear from him first.
The issues are always there, and it's not about the result. So if we're looking at the scoreboard, we're looking at the wrong thing. I mean, this is about, like, if we have a discipline issue, or if we have a lack of execution, or we have an assignment issue, or a ball security issue, or a lack of execution, that could, in a matchup game, it comes down to one play. And so if we're going to look at the scoreboard after a game like this, then we're setting ourselves up for failure. That's really bad. I don't think that's the way our guys are. I think they know. And so, when you're not in a matchup game, you're going to get graded very critically because, when you are in matchup games, one play could cost you. Now, the good thing is we played a game like that already. So it's not like we haven't done that. Where in past, you get to about midway through the season, you haven't played a game like that. I think our guys understand that, especially the guys who have been around. I mean, you think about how we ended last year and how we started this year. I mean, these guys know. But all that being said, when you come out of games like this, you can't get a false sense of security because the issues are always there. And it's our job to identify them and get them fixed.
It's a great comment. It's actually one of the best sound bites you'll hear after a 70-0 game, because what he's trying to say is that the letdown was never going to be on the scoreboard. That was impossible, that they would have a letdown where they would be in doubt, anything. What he's talking about is that I'm going to take all the plays where I think we could have been perfect and weren't. Mm-hmm. And that's not unfair, because when you think about, you can bring all sorts of blitz pressure against Grambling, and guess what? If you don't get home, they're not going to make you pay. Like, you can do that. You have that luxury. But, and this isn't to get on anybody in particular, but I think what he's looking at is I think it was Jermaine Matthews had the free run at the quarterback in the corner blitz and missed and whiffed. Didn't cost you anything. The Grambling 20-yard run where guys weren't getting off blocks, but they wound up missing a 36-yard field goal, so you don't pay. No one cares. No one's going to remember that. The throw that Sayin makes from the left hash to the right pylon, that's way too far across the field to risk that pick, which he did. You're not going to pay for it. None of this stuff you have to write a check for, except the $1 million back in February to play him. But that's what he's talking about. Now, the great stuff is asking for physicality, having Riley Pettijohn be just an absolute beast against an already, overwhelmed team. It's Carnell Tate making an adjustment again, like almost a circus adjustment to make it 21-0. So he's looking at stuff when we could be perfect, were we? And I just thought it was a great soundbite and something that didn't get past me because usually 70-0, just move along and flush it.
No, I'm here for it. I am here for it because what you're identifying in some of those plays, can you get away with that type of stuff on the road against Illinois? Can you get away with those type of things when Drew Aller and Penn State come to town, even though Penn State this past weekend, I was like, oh, what's going on over there? I don't know if you caught much of that, but they let FIU hang around. And for the number 2 team in the country, I don't think it should have looked like that. We talked about it all week, and I think even Grambling on their side of things, they knew what it was. For Ohio State, this was kind of like Leonidas from 300. This was a give them nothing and take everything from them type of game, and that's what they did. And for the most part, it was really clean. I mean, the offense right out of the gate just looked the part. I'll tell you something that that's really jumped out to me is the tight end room seems to have some pretty good depth to it right now. When you look at 2 to 3 guys that I think that they can call upon all year to do different things, whether it's helping out in blocking or getting down the field. And you saw Jelani Thurman do some pretty good things. You saw Will Kaczmarek have that touchdown down the middle of the field early on, and we know there's excitement about what Max Clare is going to be as well. So just the offense, especially the pass catchers as a whole, to me, just absolutely looked the part, and they absolutely should have against Grambling. But even just for me, Will Kaczmarek last week, the key block against Colin Simmons that led to that Carnell Tate touchdown, and now you look at what he's been able to do as well. I like what I've seen from him. And I'll tell you what, man, like Bo Jackson to me, AR, I like it. The vision looks like he's got a nice second gear that he can get to. So maybe we'll see him get in the mix with Donaldson and Peoples just a little bit more. But at the end of the day, when you're facing Grambling here in Ohio State, it better look the way it looked on Saturday. And you dig in on some of those things that could be a thorn in your side down the road against better opponents. You work on that and try to clean it up. And the team coming in this weekend in OU, Ohio University, like they're probably going to lose, as they should. But you look at what they've done. Week 1 against Rutgers, they went into their building, and they were fighting and scratching and clawing against them, and they just upset, I guess, Rich Rod in West Virginia this past weekend. So that's a bunch that's coming in here with some type of confidence. How real that is, we shall see. But OU is going to offer a little bit more resistance than Grambling did, and we'll see if they can clean up some of the things you and Coach Day were alluding to.
Listen, the next week is about, and this last week was about handling success in different ways. Like Coach was saying, how do you handle success out of week 1? You get launched back into number 1 in the country. You're the defending national champs. And I think he was more than entitled to judge his team more harshly when you're crazy overmatched than even in a tough game when you know there's equal talent on the other side. So it's all about trying to keep an edge. He talked about that before the season, and they didn't lose any edge. In fact, they built some depth. We'll talk about that depth with our man Jim Lache in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
It's the Ohio Lottery's all-new $5, $20, or $100 scratch-off. With 3 simple cash prizes, it'll have you saying, "Wow, that's what I call winning!" With tracks like and the anthem celebrating the first of its kind $2 ticket. The $5, $20, or $100 scratch-off is an absolute hit. Ohio Lotto's got. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
5 words no one wants to hear? You need a new roof. What do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
There's nothing like ripping off your pants and enjoying some lobster bisque. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, back at it. Buckeyes 2-0. Handle their business as they should. Throw up a goose egg. Man, they were a couple of minutes from having back-to-back goose eggs, but they got it done this week, of course. And our man on the scene is, of course, the legendary former Buckeye. He is Jim Lache. Jim, thanks for the time, my man.
Great to be with you guys again on this wonderful Monday.
It really is. 35-0 at a half. It was fairly predictable. But I do want to talk about maybe a couple of the other guys that maybe jumped out to you, and I'll maybe lead you a little bit, and you can give me some names. But give me your take on Riley Pettijohn. I mean, that was a name that just kept popping in the second half. The stick tackle, the pass breakup, the strip, all that. He just seemed to, you know, we always ask who could be a household name, and I'm not saying he's stealing anybody's job, but I thought he was the name, at least a headliner that came out of Saturday.
No, exactly. I mean, the first play of that second half, you know, Caden McDonald, forced a fumble in the backfield, and next thing you know, you see Riley Pettijohn, running towards that north end zone, another scoop and score. You know, he got his first career touchdown. He broke up a pass, he forced a fumble. He's listening to whatever James Laurinaitis is saying, and obviously he's got 2 guys in front of him, Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles, that have passed some things down to him. But looks like the next great linebacker here at Ohio State. He's got good size. He's fast. He's aggressive. Exactly what you want in a linebacker. Also impressed with, T.J. Offord, Peyton Pierce, another backup linebacker, ended up leading the team with a career-high 6 total tackles. That room looks strong right now.
Another room to me, Jim, that looks strong is this tight end room with, Will Kazmarek and Jelani Thurman and Max Clare. And it just seems like there's some versatility in that room. And, man, just talk about what that can do for an offense, especially when you have the playmakers on the outside like they already have.
Exactly. And we talked about this before, but, who do you double, right? I mean, Julian, that makes or Jeremiah, that makes sense, right? The type of year he had last year. Carnell Tate, 1A wide receiver on this team. He stepped up, made some big plays. You got Brandon Ennis that can get loose out there in the flats and down the field and make some plays. And, so all of a sudden the tight ends become an afterthought when you're playing for this team, and you can't be. Will Kazmarek took that one right down the seam pass. Julian hit him perfectly. It was like a long handoff. It was so perfect, and all he had to do was turn and run and get in the end zone. That was his first touchdown catch, for the Buckeyes. So that was great to see him, kind of turn it loose and get in the end zone there. You saw Jelani Thurman come in, and, Lincoln Keno's been around here for 3 years, but that was his first touchdown pass. So, kind of a theme here, a lot of firsts in this game, and that's what you like to see. But it's only going to get better. You saw Bennett Christian step up and make some plays at that tight end position. Nate Roberts in his last 2 games is a true freshman out of Oklahoma, in that 14 package. And then, obviously got to play some tight end at the end of the game. And, really the top tight end, Max Clare, who's, just starting to kind of feel his way around here with the Buckeyes. But I think he's going to come on strong here towards the middle of the second half of the season. Understanding what he's got to do, the offense, the plays. So it's really Keenan Bailey's done a good job of, recruiting those guys, developing those guys. And now it's very comfortable to see, 3, 4 tight ends out there, and you don't feel bad about it. We saw that, obviously when Jelani got that touchdown, that's kind of the same formation we ran with 14 personnel where we're going to run off guard, right? Left guard, right guard. We're going to pull it in the end zone behind Nate Roberts at fullback. But this time they faked that, and, Lincoln got that touchdown pass to Jelani Thurman. So there's a lot of different ways that they can use those guys. So once you start keying on thinking, okay, I know what's coming, no, you don't. They're going to Brian Hartline did a good job designing that play, or whoever's in charge over there, probably Keenan, because that's, he's also a co-offensive coordinator and kind of helped out a little bit getting that design. But just great design, great execution by Ohio State. And, this game was kind of what you thought it was going to be, but still, you have to go out there and get it done. And Coach Day talked about it after the game that maybe Tuesday's practice thought there's a little Texas hangover. Wednesday they came out and had a sharp practice. I was over there Wednesday. It looked good to me. And that's when you kind of notice that, hey, they're going to play tempo. They're going to go fast. They're going to try to get a lot of plays in. And they did that. Usually they defer if they win the toss. They decided to take the ball, and you're like, okay, here it comes. And, right on down the field. But, for Julian to come out there and complete 16 of his first 16 passes in that game, that's hard to do against a scout team. You know what I mean? That's you got to give him a lot of credit. You got to give the offensive line credit. It's 2 games now with no sacks. And then when the second team and the third team in, they were able to come in and protect the quarterback and get some things done. So Tyler Boland and his crew of offensive line coaches, so Charlie Dickey and Marcus Johnson, have got those guys operating at a high level. And, they got to continue to get better. They know that. They got to be perfect. I think the only, the sore spot was the couple penalties that led to first downs, that we had on the defensive line. And I know Coach Johnson will get that all figured out, too, in that group. But to get a shutout, that's great. The alumni band was fabulous. Coach Cooper ringing the bell before the game was pretty cool to see. He'll be joining us tonight on Buckeye Roundtable, so we'll razz him a little bit about that and get his down low on what all happened behind the scenes with that. But no, I thought it was just a great afternoon, and the Buckeyes did what they needed to do. And, they got 21 true freshmen got a chance to play in that game, so that's positive. And, that ramps up the practice a little bit once you see yourself on film and you go out there and now you start working and you understand what you got to do.
No doubt. And it's one of those games that you just have to handle your business and move on. It was kind of funny to me that, yes, it's an overmatched game tremendously, but the fact that Grambling, I don't know if they got a scouting report on Jeremiah Smith, because, if you're going to do anything, you just say to yourself, okay, he's the guy to stop. Let it, they're rushing only 4 and they don't have anyone deep to protect against him getting back. I think that was on the second touchdown. And then I thought it was pretty wild, like the guy covering Jeremiah, like the guy standing over him, is the guy they blitz. So they're blitzing the guy they have on him, and then the safety is just kind of asleep and he's wide open. He can catch anything against anybody, but the fact that they decided to make it easier on him was wild to me.
Yeah, closest defender had to be, 5-8 yards away. And sometimes quarterbacks will tell you that's the hardest throw to make when a guy's that wide open. And, again, a nice throw by Julian, and we know it's going to happen after Jeremiah catches it with a 5-yard lead. He's going to get it at end zone. And, we saw the second longest pass play recorded in Ohio State history for 87 yards. Longest of his career, his previous long was 70 yards. And you got to go back to old Kenny Guyton and Devin Smith against Cal when it was the only one longer, and that was 90 yards, and got a chance to witness that one too. But just when you can score like that, one-play drives, that's a killer to whoever you're playing.
All right, my man. Good stuff. We got a night game coming up. We got OU coming to town Saturday, so that should give a little juice to the atmosphere.
Yeah, you definitely. And Parker Navarro has done a great job. And, let's face it, the Bobcats are the best team in the MAC. They're MAC champions. And, they took Rutgers right down to the wire, lost that one by 3, played at home against West Virginia where, all the West Virginia people tried to overload Peden Stadium, and it didn't matter. The Bobcats, had what it took to get the job. But, when you look at Navarro, not only can he do it with his arm, but, he's dangerous with his feet. So rush lane, integrity, making sure you got contained, all those type of things are going to play into making sure he doesn't, turn it loose against Ohio State. But I'm looking forward to it. Night game, 7 o'clock. That'll be a little bit different. We go noon, 3:30, now 7 o'clock. And so that's always a lot of fun to switch up those times. And, I'm sure a lot of Bobcat fans will be there. And, hey, whatever we do, we got to protect Brutus. You know what happened?
Yeah, Rufus v. Brutus. That's right.
Rufus got rough.
No doubt, man. The game within the game. All right, brother. Have a great week. We'll see you soon.
Sounds great, guys. See ya.
That's Jim Lache with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
Fellas, if you're at that point in your life to where the energy is low, things aren't working like they're used to, man, that can all change. All you have to do is go see the wonderful folks at the Columbus Men's Clinic, because you don't have to feel that way any longer. These guys over there, all they do is believe in real science, real treatments. There are no gimmicks at all, no online quick fixes either. Go in there, let them take care of you like they took care of me and many others that have gone over to the Columbus Men's Clinic. Their medical providers build a plan around you, your body, your goals, and what it takes to get you back to feeling like yourself again. Testosterone, ED treatment, stuff most guys don't even know exists, and trust me, it all works. So give them a call at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation, including blood work, is just $99, and they will find a plan that works with your budget. So change those low T issues, change your ED issues by getting over to Columbus Men's Clinic. And again, call them, 614-300-7400, or you can visit them online at columbusmensclinic.com.
All right, we come back. Party like a Rothstar. Our staple on a Monday. You'll find out next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
What's better than cheering the Buckeyes on to victory? Wearing our exclusive collection of OSU jewelry as you watch. Hi, this is Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. We're an officially licensed jeweler of The Ohio State University, and we've created beautiful Buckeye jewelry that will last a lifetime. From Blocko earrings to Diamond Script Ohio necklaces, we've got luxury Buckeye gifts starting at $99. No matter where you're watching, show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good. You know the savings are so good. You know the savings are so good. Great cars, great deals, Great Lakes. GLakesHyundai.com.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. TNCs apply, in-app only.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Hey there. You hear that? Right. You don't. That's what it's like to order food for your workplace with EasyCater. No hold music while you wait to place your order. No tapping as you type in special dietary instructions or long, complicated searches for options in your budget. No crinkling of paper receipts. Just...
Dang, these are some tasty sandwiches.
EasyCater, the better way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
It's Monday Night Football on the Fan. Catch the Vikings and Bears live from Chicago. Fan coverage starts Monday at 8.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your radio home of the NFL, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. Did you know right now, the time we are in, that is the best time of year to buy new windows? Yeah, whether you have old drafty windows or the cheap ones that came with your house, September is the perfect month to protect your home against cold, snowy weather. And let's be honest, it's going to get hot later next year anyway, so you want it for then too. Year-round savings with energy-efficient windows from Window Nation, that's one of the best offers they have. But now this month, they have an even better offer. Buy 2 replacement windows, get 2 for free. Plus, you won't pay any interest, monthly payments, or down payment for 2 years. And if you're a Buckeye fan, you've got another reason to buy, because Window Nation will give you 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game if you purchase a whole home full of windows. Trusted company, a reasonable price, go Bucks, it's all there. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No interest, no payments until 2027. WindowNation.com or 866-90-NATION to get your free quote today. That's 866-90-NATION or WindowNation.com. Go Bucks.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Let's all gather into the Kiki. It's time to party like a Rothstar.
So many to choose from. Your Honor. Lead off.
You want me to cook right now? I'll cook for you, AR, because we're going to start with a quarterback I think a lot of people thought was cooked. And maybe he is cooked, but it didn't look that way yesterday. Danny bleeping Dimes. Daniel Jones of the Indianapolis Colts was balling yesterday against the Miami Dolphins, who looked an absolute mess. The vibes were bad all season. I wasn't buying anything that they were selling. And my goodness, the vibes are even worse after they got embarrassed by Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones threw the air yesterday, 22 of 29, 272 yards, 76% completion percentage, 1 touchdown through the air, average 9.4 per throw. I mean, that is big time stuff from him. And then on the ground, he hit him up for 7 carries for 26 yards and 2 touchdowns. Daniel Jones is the first quarterback to record 2+ rushing touchdowns, 1+ passing touchdown, and 0 interceptions in his first start with a new team since, you guessed it, Daniel Jones in 2019 when he was suiting up for the New York Giants. They paid him pretty good money. Not crazy, but as far as like, hey, how it was framed initially, that he might be the backup, it was $15-16 million, which told me everything I needed to know, that Anthony Richardson was in trouble. So we'll see if Daniel Jones can stack up good games and good performances for Indy, but out of the gate, man, I got to give it to the dude. He looked the part. Daniel Jones partying like a Rockstar.
Got a little Sam Darnold vibe to it, for sure.
Maybe,
a lost quarterback. We let him out of the building in Minnesota. Colts signed him to a 1-year deal, I think it is. And like you said, I think it is right around $14 million. They gave him a signing bonus of about 6. I think he was guaranteed about 13 of it. So, again, launching himself back into the mix as a starting quarterback in the NFL. Last I checked, there are only a certain amount of those jobs out there. Let's stay with quarterbacks. And I didn't say he was going to be a world beater. I didn't say he was going to be an MVP. I just said what you're getting out of him at the price was too good to turn down. He wasn't asking for $40 million. He wasn't asking for MVP money. He was asking for a coach and a team and a brand to wrap it all up with and make peace with his career. And to see Aaron Rodgers, who was 41, be 22 of 30 for 244 and was it 4 touchdowns?
4 of them, thanks.
4 of them.
Yep.
And I remember talking to you guys about, where are the weapons? Well, Calvin Austin III, Jalen Warren, Jonnu Smith, Ben Skoranek. These are the guys who scored the touchdowns. And it's because he's Aaron Rodgers, and his brain is an advantage at times. His body probably isn't, but his experience and his want to and his motivation, this isn't a ceremonial tour. I don't think he's out there just because he wants to hear people chant his name. I do think he wants to play football. I'm not saying he doesn't like that. I'm just saying that wasn't the ultimate motivation. And the fact he did it at MetLife in the quarterback wife swap between Fields and Rodgers. Here's Aaron on what that felt like.
You spoke about the meeting with Aaron Glenn on McAfee a few months ago. Beating him, is there significance in that, since he basically told you to your face that he didn't think you were right for that team?
Yes, that's what he did.
So there's significance in beating him for you?
I was happy to beat everybody associated with the Jets.
He's a grudge holder. He's a grudge holder. I mean, most guys could say that stuff behind the scenes, enjoy it behind the scenes, tell your teammates, tell your coaches, like that was cool. Most guys would have said, it's not about me, it's about the team, it's the NFL, we got to get a win, we went on the road, we got to win, this isn't about me versus him. But guess what he didn't do, Maddie? He didn't do that. He made sure the world knew. So give it to Aaron Rodgers. Not going to see this all year, but to do it on week 1 there, I thought, give him his...
Would you ever consider playing for the Saints?
No.
That's
it was crazy, man. That game was pretty nuts. I mean, just
they stole it.
The amount of points we got in that
too,
game.
by the way.
Yeah, I mean, all that Chris Boswell.
I could have put Boswell in the party.
For sure,
he probably deserved it more, but storyline's better with Rodgers.
Yeah, it was wild, right? And this got to give it to Justin Fields too. I thought he looked the part as well in that game. Scrappy game, teams talking trash back and forth. Jalen Ramsey ices the game by blowing up Garrett Wilson and all that. So yeah, the game delivered. That is for sure. And Aaron Rodgers looked the part. Second candidate for me, or candidates, I should say, it's a couple former Buckeyes, because they're trying to snatch this wide receiver U crown back, I believe, from LSU, because there's some people that think that wide receiver U crown has slid over a little bit to LSU side, with Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. doing what they've done the last couple of years. But Jackson Smith and Jigba for the Seattle Seahawks put up an amazing stat line yesterday. 9 receptions, $124 through the air on 13 targets. They've drafted him to, in time, be the number 1 wide receiver in Seattle, and he looked that way yesterday. And then for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers down there in hot Atlanta, Emeka Egbuka says, I'm here. I'm here. You guys been hearing the hype all season about how much everybody loves me in Tampa, and now here we go with Emeka. 6 targets. He catches 4 of those. 2 of them going for touchdowns.
How many yards?
And so he had 67 yards in the game, but he put up 12 points on the board himself. And so with Godwin and his uncertainty there was some pressure on Emeka, and right out of the gate, he did his thing. So I'll go JSN and Emeka. They were partying like Rockstars yesterday.
Many, many, many years ago, I was living in a condo over there near Tuttle, and I had a friend of mine who kind of, my condo backed up to his, and a bunch of us would just hang out in the back there with the dogs, my dogs. He had a dog, and he had a friend whose brother was starting out as a assistant coach at Westerville Central, and then he was hired as a student assistant at Ohio State in 2004, and his name is Alex Golish, and he was played for Dublin Scioto. And you can go through his whole timeline of going to Toledo and Iowa State and Tennessee. And he winds up at South Florida, just 6th head coach in South Florida's history, I believe. I don't know how old their program is or whatever, but
it's about as old as me.
Yeah, so he's only the 6th head coach. And first regular season record of 6-6, made him bowl eligible for the first time since 2018, and they went on they just cracked Syracuse in the Boca Raton Bowl. And this past Saturday, he knocked off the 13th ranked Gators. Like that, South Florida is only the 3rd unranked team since 2000 to start 2-0 by beating 2 ranked teams.
His quarterback good too. He's got a nice quarterback.
So Alex Golish, currently the head football coach at the University of South Florida, and they play number 5 Miami next.
Okay.
I'm not saying no one's predicting that.
Do it.
But give it to him, man. To beat Florida and to knock them off, and to have his journey from, 20 years ago, from just being a student assistant at Ohio State to pulling off a great upset was huge.
It's cool. Last candidate for me, real quick. I know baseball may be out of sight, out of mind for a lot of us now that football is rocking and rolling.
Not you and me. We got fantasy baseball.
We're still locked in, baby. And you know who else is locked in? That is Jose Ramirez of your Cleveland Guardians, because Jose this weekend passed Jim Thome to move into sole possession of second place in Cleveland history when we talk RBIs. J-Ram is hot right now. This dude's got 7 hits over his last
hot right now.
games. In Cleveland, the Guardians, they won the last 3 of 4. And so here we are. Here we are. You look at that wild card standings, 2.5 back. A team that's scratching and clawing with you, the Kansas City Royals. They start a series tonight with the Royals with cheese. So I just wanted to show some love to Jose Ramirez, man, because he's a constant. This dude's an absolute monster and a star, and he just keeps climbing those all-time rankings for the Cleveland baseball squad up there. And so, yeah, when you pass Jim Thome, you know you're doing something right. Jose Ramirez partying like a Ross with the stick in the box, as always.
He's not underrated. He's just kind of unsung. He's one of those guys that just doesn't get talked about enough across the world. By the way, Joe Adell, 2 more bombs this weekend.
Oh, my God.
So
he's on
the whole Hap debacle.
He's on one.
Joe Adell now has homered 5 times in the last 7 games for me.
Yeah.
He had to leave last night's game with like nausea. So let's get that out of the way.
Get that Robitussin
I need him
going.
playing today.
Yeah.
Put some tussin on it. Exactly.
Robitussin going, Joe.
Sports Center update here, top of the hour. Okay, how underwhelming of a win was that, or how encouraging of a moral victory was it? We'll debate it next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
If you're itching for a new vehicle this fall, you have to go see my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Hey, it's Anthony. I drive an awesome Ridgeline, and you can drive home the rugged 25 Ridgeline Sport with 0% APR or lease for as low as $299 a month. Or go for the looks and reliability of a 2025 Honda Accord LX, just 3.99% APR or lease it from only $199 a month. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, and GermainHondaofDublin.com.
College is great. You know what else is great? Pizza, which you can buy with your Huntington Bank debit card with the Ohio State University logo. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official consumer bank of the Ohio State University. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better. You've earned it.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good. You know the savings are so good. You know the savings are so good. Great cars, great deals, Great Lakes. GLakesHyundai.com.
Hey, it's Anthony. Tailgating, hiking stadium stairs, going out after the games. It's a great time of year. It's also the time of year I'm on my feet a lot. And there won't be a time when I don't have my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store in my shoes. They make all the difference for me. They help my feet, my hips, my back. They're not just like regular insoles. They're designed so I get firm yet flexible function. They actually correct poor foot biomechanics and give me even more comfort. The fitting process is simple. From the moment you walk in, the Good Feet store will personalize the process, from the pain that brought you to them in the first place to your lifestyle needs. They'll properly measure your feet and arch size. Then take the free test walk. If you love them, wear them home like I did. Your new arch supports will help you begin living the life you love without your feet getting in the way. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City and learn more at goodfeet.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, we've got a problem at Pella.
I like where this is going.
Because of Pella's reputation and quality, a lot of folks assume that we're out of budget.
Oh, that's too... Oh, I hate hearing.
But we've actually got 5 awesome window lines that fit any budget, from the $300,000 to the $3 million home, and far from the most expensive.
So you actually don't have a problem. Awesome.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rated the leading window brand at PellaColumbus.com.
Is there anything better than a college football Saturday? Not if you're at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Join the fan for watch parties for the games this season. Oh, you got to check out the display case of amazing autographed prizes you can win. It's beautiful. 2 massive TV walls to watch the national champs. Watch and place wagers with over 30 kiosks, contests, prizes, and live shows. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. Ohio State stays atop the AP Top 25. Penn State 2, LSU 3, Oregon 4, Miami 5. Other Big Ten teams, Illinois 9, Indiana 22, Michigan 23. Wolverines head coach Sharon Moore will serve his 2-game suspension from the school's advanced scouting case. Former Charlotte head coach and current assistant Biff Poggi will fill his place. NFL tonight, Bears and Vikings battle at 8:15. Baseball, Cleveland hosts Kansas City at 6:40. Slade Ciccone starts for the Guardians. Cincinnati visits San Diego at 9:40. Nick Lodolo starts for the Reds. This update is sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. Or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Fired up? Is it Monday? It must be Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination. Fascinating, informative, covered in dog slobber. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, the dream has died. You guys know what that is?
What, Brownies going undefeated? That dream?
I mean, for Browns fans, the dream should still be alive. Every game they don't win is probably a good thing.
That's the win. Right. Those are the wins.
Although I know that's unrealistic. For the people that go, the people that root for them, the people that watch them, invest their emotions, you're not rooting for your team to lose. You're not. At the end, maybe you are, but
I'll tell you what, man.
At the end of the season, I mean.
Being out amongst some Browns fans yesterday with the game, the way that this game was just unfolding with all the stuff that was happening with the drops and the kicker situation. Like, I just saw a lot of Browns fans laughing, AR. I think they're at that point in their life to where
what more can you do to us?
Exactly.
I think that's it.
Seriously, like I didn't see a whole bunch of Browns fans that were upset, angry about the result. Big picture, I thought this season was always just figuring out what you got at quarterback and putting yourself in position to draft the top quarterback or one of the top quarterbacks in next year's draft. But they definitely show some fight. That is for sure against a team that people believe has, a Super Bowl type of ceiling. And so they play Joey B and the Bengals tough for whatever it is, man. When these two teams line up against each other, they make it clunky for the Bengals, and they did that again yesterday and fall short by just 1 point.
They were up by 2, late third. They're at home. That game is so winnable. The Bengals really did suck when you really think about it. They did. I mean, the fact that, what's that one stat? Here it is. The Browns held the Bengals to 7 yards in the second half and lost the game.
Wait, 7 total yards in
Am I
2
wrong
quarters?
about
No,
this?
I'm genuinely asking. That is
If I'm reading it
absurd.
wrong, if I'm reading this correctly, and so I'm reading it, we can confirm it. That it's the fewest yards in the second half by a winning team in the last 25 years.
Wow. That's it. If that's accurate.
Am I wrong? Do you have the team stats up there, TLC?
Wow,
So I've seen that tweet a lot.
Is it wrong?
No, but it may include penalties.
Yeah, or it couldn't. Well,
I think net yards is the phraseology I've seen from some play. But either way, the point remains.
Yeah, bring up the team stats and give me total yards on the game.
I don't know if I can get it by half.
No, not by half. Just total yards on the game. Yeah.
Okay.
And tell me what that says.
141
for who? Cincinnati?
Yeah.
How many did Cleveland have?
327.
Okay. How many first downs? Give me the first downs.
They have
doubled them
for
up.
you
22-11. Okay. I mean, it's honestly pathetic. And I know it came down to a kicker. And I know it came down to maybe a little bit of bad luck where Flacco eludes a sack at his age and throws a nice ball, but there's a receiver has to go low, so it pops up because you're laying out for it, and Jordan Battle is there to pick it, and that's great. And then, but there is no excuse. Maybe they got away with this. I can't remember every detail of the game. But on a 4th and 5 early fourth quarter when you're down 1, Jerry Jeudy, catch the damn ball. It's right in your hands.
And then
you're
reminded
at the 30
us
at that point.
They reminded us on the broadcast, and I've forgotten, but I think whoever was on the call, that didn't matter, said that, Jerry Jeudy led the NFL in drops last year with, I believe, 14. And you're like, here we go with that again. So you're right to highlight that was a critical moment to where the Browns felt like they were ready to catch a little bit momentum and really put the Bengals in the corner, but they let that opportunity slip through their fingers. And against a team, and especially a quarterback like Burrow, even when they're struggling, you just don't want to give them extra at-bats. And the Browns just couldn't get out of their own way in certain spots, and it came back to bite them because defensively the Browns absolutely showed some fight. Like we weren't hearing a whole bunch of Jamar Chase's name yesterday.
Jamar Chase, what do you have?
2 catches for 26 yards. I mean, and that's credit to Newsome and Ward and those guys on the outside, and they should feel confident in that matchup, especially when you have Denzel Ward, how elite he is when he's out there on the field. And so, if you're the Bengals, man, you're absolutely thankful that you got a dub, but it doesn't feel great. But at the end of the day, it's a divisional win. You take it and move on, and it quiets some of that narrative for now about the slow starts, at least the big picture with the results. Like the in-game stuff, clearly there was some slow stuff going on there, but at the end of the day, it's a dub, and this is a team that plays you tough, so you take it however you can get it.
In the NFL, you probably do. Maybe in most games you do, where you just take the win and you worry about what you got to fix later. It's too hard to win in the NFL. We talk about the parity. You mentioned division rival on the road. You mentioned the Browns have had their number a little bit. Yeah. And so I'm not like crazy surprised, but I did not think, as good as even the Browns defense can be, I just didn't think they could hold them to 17. I didn't think they could stay with them, and they did. I mean, but that's the way they had to win, is win a defensive battle. And the other part about it is, and I wasn't getting on Zach Taylor. So at the end of the game, when they were up before they gave the ball back, the Bengals decided to punt on 4th and 1, right? You guys remember that accurately?
I believe that's correct.
And it's fine. It worked out fine. Yeah. Like, you're giving the ball back to Cleveland.
Right.
Like, where are they really?
Doesn't scare you too much.
I mean, why would you want to? I know. TLC, check and see if that was a 4th and 1. That'd be the only reason why.
Because they took the delay of game to make 4th and 6.
4th and 1 on their own.
Browns were in field goal range. I know that.
Yeah.
35.
For them, they could have been on the 1-yard line and not been in field goal range.
For the Browns?
Who is Andre Schmidt?
That was tough,
and is it time to get a new kicker already? Like, you can't miss an extra point and then the wide right, then the push. And they said he was great through camp and he was perfect through preseason, whatever that means. It's preseason. It didn't count. Mm-hmm. So when you're up against pressure, like the kicker, I don't even know how you simulate pressure. I don't. It's kind of like a golfer who's making every putt on the putting green or hitting every drive in the driving range, and then you bring trees and water into play, and all of a sudden everything changes. So I really don't know what to do with this kicker. But they're in a point where this moral victory, they can either lean into it, that we had him, we let him off the hook because of the kick, and that we did outplay him. Mm-hmm. We didn't get the result. because these guys are professionals. They want to win. They're competitive. And as far as Cincinnati goes, I agree with you. I think at the end of the day, you eluded the bad loss. Somehow you escaped it. And that for your mentals, because, listen, they played Burrow, they played the guys in the preseason just for this reason, to not screw up the opener. And they almost did.
They almost did. And, you know, while they did do a good job of slowing down Cleveland's run game, like the Browns averaged 2 yards a pop yesterday. 2 yards a pop. There was still some stuff within the game to where Cleveland, either because of a penalty or whatever it may be, when they got caught up in a 1st and 15 or 1st and 20, they were still able to rip off big chunks and move the chains, whether it was missed tackles. And so while you can get away with some of that against the Browns and some of their big-time matchups coming up here in the next few weeks, I think other teams may make them pay. And so the end result is Al Golden comes in, new defensive coordinator. Week 1, you hold an NFL opponent to 16 points. Baked into that with some context to me are some things that they need to clean up on defense. But I will say, I thought Shamar Stewart looked pretty doggone good in game number 1. And so hopefully he can build off of that. And speaking of rookies and guys that are just coming into the league that we saw in this game, we got caught up in so much of the quarterback controversy in Cleveland, if controversy is even the right word to use, and rightfully so. It's the most important position in the sport. But I always kept coming back to every once in a while, and I think this draft class the Browns brought in, there's some stuff there, especially with the guys on offense. And Harold Fannin, to me, he was all over the place doing some good things. And the way that Kevin Stefanski and Tommy Rees were using him within the offense, I thought was encouraging. If I were a Browns fan, with him out wide, him in the slot, him in the backfield, I mean, he was a chess piece now that I think they can use week in and week out to stress out defenses. And I even thought Dylan Sampson popped, especially catching the ball, right? Coming out of the backfield and doing some things there. And there's news from Schefter coming out of the weekend that Quinshon Judkins may be ready to go as soon as this week against Baltimore. So that rookie draft class outside of the quarterback, there's something there. And I didn't even mention Carson Schwessinger, who I thought looked good too.
So you know what my quote. Putters are like field goal kickers. When they don't work, you get a new one. Here's Stefanski on that.
I'm not there, Daniel, on those type of things. Points are at a premium, obviously, so that's frustrating. Andre's had a really, really good camp. He's done a nice job for us. I'm not there, though.
Here's Myles Garrett on whether he talked to the kicker after the game.
I feel like saying something to people in that situation, especially if you don't know them that well. You don't know if you're adding unnecessary pressure, if he's already in that mindset. And, there's going to be situations like this again, and he's going to make those kicks. And, then we're going to be better for it. We're going to win those games. So, there's no more scrutiny on him than the rest of us. We didn't have to be in that position. We could have came out faster on defense and picked it up earlier. And, it's a team game, and we all have to play together.
Professional soundbite right there. That's correct thing to say.
It is. And you know who did go try to pick up the kicker and give him some encouragement? It was Shador. They showed Shador after, I think, one of those misses. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but Shador was not out there on the field, obviously, but he was still invested in trying to pick up one of his teammates, which I thought was a good look for him. And that's what you want, not just from Shador, but from anybody, because that guy probably feels as small can get in that moment with the way he let the team down.
It's bad when you can't remember which missed kick. Right. When you get to the multiples, yeah. When we come back, you'll hear from Zach Taylor on the decision to punt on that 4th and 1 and getting out of there with a dub. And Belichick, is he still focused on all the wrong things? That is next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
It's always a good day at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship. September 18th through 21st at the Scarlet Course. PGA Tour's rising stars compete, Hub 13 drink specials, and more. Get free tickets today at ncc-golf.com.
Common Man here for Hollywood Casino and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Timmy, it's football season. That means winning and fun.
Oh, yeah. We have tailgate buffets for all of our watch parties. The 3 apps for $12 special. $25 Miller Lite buckets.
And don't forget the crab legs. That's extended through September.
So reserve a table at HollywoodColumbus.com.
And how about this for new members? Sign up for the rewards program on the Penn Play app. Get a $20 dining credit.
And you get more crab legs.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, crab legs.
Crab leg problem? Call 1-800-CRAB-LEGS.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront costs before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
That nagging pain, you know the one. Sometimes it's from years of hard work. Sometimes it's an old injury that never healed right. Either way, it's been calling the shots in your life for too long. But that stops right now. I'm Tyvis Powell, and QC Kinetics is here in Columbus to flip the script. Dr. Walkoff and his team use regenerative medicine, advanced cellular treatment that help your body heal and restore the damage in your joints. Not covering it up, not cutting it out. Actually helping heal and restore. And the results, long-term lasting relief. So instead of planning your day around pain, you're planning it around life. QC Kinetics, no surgery, no drugs, no long recovery, just a smarter, natural way to get your freedom back. Check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. Bring your MRIs, your x-rays. They'll make sure you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify. It's Thursday Night Football on the Fan. Catch the Commanders and Packers live from Lambeau. Fan coverage starts Thursday at 8.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your radio home of the NFL, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The Ohio Lottery's new $5 scratch-off Win Big has a top prize of $100,000. And with the Ohio Lottery app, all non-winning tickets can be entered into a My Lotto Rewards second chance promotion to win Cleveland or Cincinnati football tickets or even a trip to football's biggest game. And that's more exhilarating than a cooler of sports drink dumped on you. So exhilarating. Win big from the Ohio Lottery. A celebration waiting to happen. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
An absolutely lovely start to the work week with plenty of sunshine and temperatures feeling very much like fall in the mid-70s. For tonight, clear skies overnight with our lows down into the 40s. And then for Tuesday, the sunshine is on rinse and repeat. Sunglasses will be needed, but the jacket you can put away in the afternoon with highs getting right around 80 degrees. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Like Yoda, Rothman will limp onto the golf course, talk about how stiff his back is, wonder how he can even make it through a hole, and then proceed to kick your ass. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, we'll get back into it. I thought that this tweet from Gary was pretty right on the mark. A lot of bad stuff going on in Cleveland, but a lot of positive things. But unfortunately, until they get a franchise QB, it's business as usual. That's right, as far as the ceiling goes. No doubt. Flacco, for who he is, was very good. Now, it's against a Cincinnati defense that's not great, but they did come up with a big sack at the end. And, they can't compete with Cincinnati offensively, but a couple of his throws, even the last throw that sealed the game, was one of those throws where, again, it was a layout, ball up in the air kind of thing. And it's not like they were off the mark, but they weren't perfect. Mm-hmm. And that's not who he is. So, it's actually, if you're just judging him on what you think he should be at this point in his career, he's actually meeting expectations or exceeding them.
Yeah, and I don't know if you want the formula to be week in and week out, hey, we want Joe Flacco to put the ball up 45 times in the air the way that they did, but they were kind of forced to do that because there was nothing there in the run game. They just could not move that defensive front for Cincinnati consistently enough, and so he had to step up there. But, yeah, just going back to that tweet, that's spot on because – you can zoom out from that quarterback room right now and look around this roster, and there are clearly things to like. I mean, you still have one of the most dominant forces on defense, and Myles Garrett was trying to take over that game, right? Especially late, where it just felt like snap after snap he was getting home, or he was right there with trying to knock the ball out from Joe Burrow, whatever it was. He had that one massive hit on Joe where he kind of stunts in and comes through the middle of that line, and Joey B sticks in there, but Myles Garrett just blows him up. And so for Myles, you got a few TFLs in the game, 3 quarterback hits. We know what he's all about, and he looked absolutely phenomenal. But they're just going to need somebody in time to just calm the waters on offense under center and just be a consistent guy that can move the offense along. And until they get that, the ceiling is going to be pretty low for what they can be as a team. But I just think some of the youth that's been put into this roster that is now blended in with some of the vets that are good players, there's something there for Cleveland that they can build over the next couple of years if they can hit on a quarterback and that quarterback has a whole bunch of runway left.
Here's how Joe Burrow views it.
Yeah, we found a way to win. Like somebody said earlier in the press conference, we didn't win any of these games last year. And so usually when you can win a game like this, that's a recipe for success, and it means you're going to be a good team if you can find a lot of different ways to win, and we did today.
No, you didn't. The other team blew a kick. They choked.
Drop passes.
You lucked into the win. It's not a recipe for success because you were less worse than them.
Yeah.
It's not.
I don't think you can get into the ring in the next few weeks with the Broncos, the Lions, the Vikings, the Packers, and play the game that they just played yesterday and come out with a whole bunch of wins. I just don't see that.
And I love him, but the only where that comes from is because he's so used to losing early in the season that he has no other choice than to lean into the result. Yeah. So I'm going to praise him for that. But he's usually more real than that. He usually would get to the podium and say, we were lucky. We didn't deserve to win today. We got it. We'll take it. We'll move on. That's a recipe for success. You couldn't get the ball to your number one guy. Honestly, they were lucky to win. And
they were.
No one's apologizing for victories, especially at the NFL level. But I was just surprised to hear him say that. Now, maybe he thinks if they made the kick, I would have taken him down there for a game-winning field goal ourselves. But the fact that Chase never gotten involved in that game was a tribute to what the Browns were doing.
100%.
What Garrett was doing against him and what Ward was doing.
Yeah.
But I have no problem with him leaning into the part about, we're on the wrong end of a lot of these games last year, so we'll take the dub. Mm-hmm. But by no means did I look at that game yesterday and say, because you won it, that it says something great about you.
No, I don't think we should look at it that way. Our expectations for the Bengals are much higher based off what we've seen the last few years, and there was definitely a vibe of underachieving, even though the end result, as you alluded to, was a green dub next to your name, and you move on to Jacksonville. But, yes, it 100% was not clean. We know the offense, what they are capable of, and like you said, giving the Browns credit is cool, and it's okay to do that because Jim Schwartz is a respected defensive coordinator, and they have a defensive coordinator that knows what he's doing, but also they have guys that match up well against Cincinnati with how they can affect the game with slowing down Jamar on the outside with an all-pro caliber corner and arguably the best defensive player down in the trenches that it can get after an offensive line that's had its questions over the last few years.
Here's Zach Taylor on the decision to punt on 4th and 1 in the fourth quarter and give Cleveland a shot.
You know, our defense was playing really good at that moment, and they'd missed an extra point, so you know a little bit how they feel in a field goal. So you know that probably weighs into their decision-making a little bit. So I just felt really good about kicking it away and letting our defense go get the win for us. And they did. You know, DJ turned up a huge pick, and those weren't easy turnovers. You know, JB and DJ, both those were tough, you know, off-tip balls, and they went and got them, and grateful for that.
So it only comes back to haunt you if it does. Meaning that if somehow the Browns would have gotten in field goal position and that kid making his NFL debut would have said, well, it's going to be tough to miss 3 in a row, and he makes it, Zach is dead in the water because then it comes back to 4th and 1, you're controlling the game. But I honestly am not going to play results, even if he would have lost in that scenario that I just said. He definitely made the right decision. You're not giving the ball back to Lamar, Josh, or Patrick.
No, you're not.
Like, you're not. And like you said, not only are you making him go, by the way, Moose was on the call, whatever, and when they punted down to the 1, he was like, is it going to be tough to go 99 yards or get into field goal range? Like, can you get at least the score of the game right? They don't have to score a touchdown. Like, I just, it's so weird. And then the people that were calling him out for not going for it on 4th and 1. Like, why tempt fate there? The kids missed 2. I know you can lean into it, but if you give up the ball there, then at least he's got a chance to make amends. If you punt it, the odds of them getting back into field goal range were slim. I thought it was the right move. It turned out to be the right move. This is what we do in football. We second guess. But at the moment, I'm just telling you what I thought. I think it was much bigger risk to tempt fate on if you don't get it. I'd rather play the odds. But that's me. I'm more conservative.
No, I hear you, man. That's who you are. And it's funny, like, just going back to that Zach Taylor clip, like, that was just the nicest way of him saying their kicker is absolutely shook over there. And there's no way that kid is going to beat us based off of what has happened to him throughout the game. And so I'm going to punt the ball to them because I think everybody in this building knows that dude is not built for this moment after what we've seen. He said it very nicely, though. Zach Taylor did.
So there's 2 things there that he's betting on. One, that they don't get back into field goal range, that they have to earn their way back into field goal range. Number 2 is, even if they do, I'm afraid that he won't be close enough to make the kick. If he goes for it and doesn't get it, then he's automatically gifting them 60 yards or whatever it would be and saying, all right, now I really messed up because now he might get lucky here and boot one through, and I got to at least make them earn their way back into field goal range. And I understand 4th and 1 is 4th and 1. It sounds easy enough.
If you can't get a yard, you don't deserve to win. You know the rule.
I know the rule, and so does Zach. And he did not tempt fate. He punted the football, which is the right move. All right, we come back, visit with our boy Adam King. Was he prowling the sidelines this week? I'm sure he was. We'll get his highlights next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Scotty Vegas here. Smartest bet of the season? Bet on yourself. I needed a weight loss plan that fit into real life. Tailgates, road trips, kids' nights, and still lets you eat. Week 1 with Awaken 180, I was down 6. By the end, 45 pounds gone. That's with wings, chili, meatballs, sausages, all the good stuff. It's the Tailgate transformation. Structure, coaching, and food that tastes like a win. Make the smart play. Start your Tailgate transformation at awaken180weightloss.com.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
The water's standing in the tub. My toilets will not flush. The smell's getting bad in here. I need help in a rush.
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain or you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free.
Guaranteed. Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Hey, Columbus, it's T-Bone for Window Nation. Now is the best time of year to buy new windows. Whether you have old, drafty windows or maybe just the cheap builder's grade ones your house came with, September is the perfect month to protect your home against another cold, snowy winter. And right now, Window Nation is offering their most popular offer. Buy 2 replacement windows, get 2 for free. Plus, you won't pay any interest, monthly payments, or down payment for 2 years. You heard that right. Window Nation gives you the option to pay nothing until 2027. Are you a Buckeye fan? Well, when you replace all the windows in your home, Window Nation will also give you 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game. With Window Nation, you get top quality windows from a trusted company, and it's all at a reasonable price because they know replacing windows is an investment, and they want to make it affordable for you. Don't miss Window Nation's most popular offer. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. And remember, you'll pay nothing for 2 years. Hurry, Columbus, this sale won't last forever. 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com to get your free quote.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony's tennis shorts were so tight, they had to pixelate his crotch. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Absolutely. No pixelation here. He's live and in the flesh. He's our friend Adam King from 10 TV.
Why are you wearing shorts that short?
Sorry.
That's weird, man. Get normal length shorts.
I like to feel supported.
That would make less sense.
Boys need a home.
Sounds like the boys didn't have a home. They had to pixelate it. The boys were out of their home.
You're not a fan of showing off the goodies if you got it?
They had to pixelate it because it was probably offending some people in the crowd.
That's ridiculous.
Did you roam the sidelines this Saturday? It was a
did.
sun-splashed day, 70 degrees. You don't have to be, zeroed in on every play. You could probably roam, high-five, sign some autographs, bounce from one side to the other, make sure you don't cheat the other side of the stadium in seeing your presence. Was all that happening?
What is really tough is that I have to stand, right on the field, because if you get too close to the fans, then it's just a selfie bonanza. And I can't we're talking 100, 200. I'm like, guys, I'm trying to watch a football game. And I'm like, aren't you guys trying to watch a football game? No, we'd rather watch you than the Ohio State Buckeyes. And I think that's very nice, but I don't want to take away from the game.
That's a field pass you have?
That's a field pass.
That's not just you can go down there in 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. You could spend the whole day down there if you want.
Well, yes, but I don't. That's for content based. If I'm ever working on a story and I need to go down there and get shots of Julian saying exclusively, not just the highlights. And so I can go down there. But I'm up in the press box. I like to eat the hot dogs. I like to eat the breakfast, kick my feet up there. I have a routine. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The first 2 drives for Ohio State on offense, I stay down there. And then I get in the car and I drive back to the station because I have to do the scoreboard thing that airs in the third quarter. So then I knock that out. Then I drive back to the game, go up to the press box, and then I go back down on the fourth quarter.
What's the official name of the scoreboard thing? Because you kind of reminded me of Justin Jefferson when he was trying to hype up the Olympics for flag football, and he said that flag thing going on.
Yeah.
So what is the official title of that scoreboard thing you were just alluding to?
Around college football, where you're in the shoe, but you're so locked in. It's 42-0 Grambling State, Ohio State. I can't be looking at my phone. Boom, here's Adam King to tell me about the rest of college football.
Wow. And you do that.
This flag thing that's going on.
I'm trying to get whether this
well
up.
Done.
So is this up? So when you come back and do this here, then it gets emailed or sent there? Because there's a delay.
Okay,
Your scores can't be that updated then.
Well, typically we do games that are over, highlights from the games.
Okay.
But think about this, okay? I do it here, all right? Then we got a guy, Kyle. He's amazing. He takes it and he sends it to outer space. And then somebody up in outer space pushes a little dial and they send it to Ohio State.
What'd you do on the noon game against Texas? There were no complete games.
That's accurate. I wait till the games get to halftime. And then I do the highlights.
And you drive back?
And I drive back. You know why? Because
it's an easy in and out because everyone's still there.
Everybody's still there. That's right. I'm waving to all the officers. They're like, boy, that guy only wanted to watch about a quarter of this game. It's Ohio State versus Texas. He's already done.
When did you arrive back for this one? At what time?
I didn't come back for this one. It was.
Maddie, Tough question at the presser.
No.
We got the answer.
No.
I didn't come back for this one.
That's because we had a show and it was easier to just do the live show from the studio.
So what you were saying is all the backups weren't worthy of your presence. Riley Pettijohn, Mylan Graham, Isaiah West, Bo Jackson. None of those guys deserved you to be there.
Wow. I am driving the train for Riley Pettijohn. I was like a proud
Pettijohn
friend.
Junction.
Yes. He was my sleeper of this year, and he's the first defender to score a touchdown. Boom.
Okay.
It's your guy. It's his guy. Is there anything you can take away from a game like this, AK, that you think is legitimate and think that's worthy of discussing right now?
Yeah, there is.
What's that?
Oh, you wanted an answer?
I would love that.
Oh, it was a yes or no question.
Yeah, hit me with something.
No, I mean, I love Julian Sayin. I think that's the low-hanging fruit there, just to see him just, it's unbelievable. He didn't throw an incompletion in the game. It's no ball hit the ground that left his hand. That is truly remarkable. And then,
so the pick is better than an incompletion in your mind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, didn't hit the ground.
Tell Ryan Day that.
Yeah, I don't think I will, but it didn't hit the ground, and I respect that.
Coach, I'd rather have my guy throw a pick and stay perfect in the air than have a ball hit the ground.
Well, it's like, would you rather have a pitcher in a no-hitter throw a guy and walk him because he hit him, or get hit?
Wait, say that
was
again?
very confusing because I said, I see what I did there.
With the stick in the box.
Yeah. So would you rather, you're throwing a no-hitter, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
All right? You're on the mound. You're in the ninth.
Yeah.
You can either, one, pitch and the guy gets a hit and your no-hitter's gone, or two, you throw it at his head and he gets walked because you hit him with the pitch.
That's still a no-hitter.
Yeah, but still a no-hitter. One's a perfect game that ends.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
So you're saying that Julian Sayin still had a perfect game?
I said he threw a
because
no-hitter.
He completed every
He threw a no-hitter.
Loophole right
He threw a no-hitter in this game.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a
Matty,
perfect game.
it's tough to argue with facts, Matty.
I actually am going to support Adam in that one.
Of course
He did throw a
You guys are somehow this relationship got somewhere.
Adam's paying him under the table. That's what's going on.
I'm with you, Adam.
You look nice today.
Thank you, as do you.
Very proud of you. That's very nice.
All right. Well, this was a speed bump of a game.
Yeah.
There were some things, obviously, and we pointed them out earlier. There are some things when you're judging a team on perfection, and they're not perfect, but they were as close to it as possible. But we're now going into the night game against OU. Should we ramp up our intensity on this one? Or is this kind of this is not the speed bump. You know how they have different speed bumps in different neighborhoods? One that you really have to slow down. I knew he would. When you really have to slow down because they're a little more like brick-like and you don't want to ruin your car versus the one they're like the speed hump. Speed humping. It's like that Olympic event that you used to participate in, speed humping.
I don't like to talk about my past.
And so is this more of a speed hump or a speed bump? OU.
You know what? I think your goal here, and this is obviously don't clip this out here and take this the wrong way. Your goal here is
we don't do that on this show.
Yeah, you would never. Your goal here is to win this game 70-0. I know that's not going to happen, but you're expected to win. So your challenge then becomes, we know OU is a great football game. Or a great football team. Mm-hmm. They just beat West Virginia. We know this is going to be a good game.
That helps. I agree. That gets your attention.
So then you need to go out there and treat this like, okay, look what you just did to Grambling State. Do it again against a MAC team. Do it again. And then you go to Washington. You say, okay, see what you did to Grambling State. See what you did to OU. Go do it again against a Big Ten team. Now that 70-0, that number's going to drop a little bit every game. But the goal at the end is the same, and it's to keep winning.
The standard is the standard.
The standard is the standard. 4-6, A to B +2.
Have you seen the spread on the game?
33.
Okay. I was hoping you hadn't. It's 32.5. But
okay, I was wrong.
Okay.
Can I get your take on something, AK? And I actually can't wait to hear AR's take on this as well. And this is not Ohio State related at all.
Okay.
Are you up to date on the whole Philadelphia Philly fan, the woman that went crazy?
Okay.
I just want to get your take.
I'm going to have a bad take on this.
I am going to. Okay, I'm too.
Okay, the floor is yours.
I'm going to have a weird take on this.
Okay, I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say.
It's not an all or nothing. So I'm just going to preface it with that.
Okay. Here's my thought.
Since you're the guest, you go first. Unless you'd like me to go first. Either way.
Do you want to go? You seem like a guy that wants to go first.
I don't think. The reason to not go first is because you don't want the other person to formulate their opinion off of yours.
Okay. Adam King wins the toss. Do you kick or receive?
That's it.
I'll receive.
Okay, go for it.
I will say, I don't think that she's entirely in the wrong.
This is amazing. We didn't talk about this. I want to hear you out.
When I first saw it, my initial thought was that dude went sprinting across the seats and reached down right in front of her seat. Nowhere is that allowed. Like that's against.
Come on.
This is going to hang on. We admit this is going to be a minority take.
Now, how she responded, ridiculous.
Correct.
Absolutely ridiculous.
You take the L.
But I understand, like, it's different if it's five guys in the ball or, five guys, three, whatever. And the ball lands in the middle and everybody's
just five dudes. Just a symphony of dudes.
I stopped my take there.
The Tone Rangers.
Yeah. So it's different if it's that case or if it's 10 fans, they're all fighting over each other trying to get the ball in the same spot. This guy left his seat, his home. He left home base. He went to the opposition's home base, and he stole the ball.
She is not entitled to anything because that baseball came into her area or whatever you want to call it. You go to a baseball game, when balls go into the stands, it is free reign for everybody. For everybody. And that man, he is not thinking about that woman right there. He's thinking about his son, the young lad, and creating a memory for his son. And
his son's got a memory.
And guess Maybe he's not teaching him to get his own souvenir.
And guess
Daddy's not always going to be there to put a ball in your glove.
That's my only thing with this is that just because the foul ball came in her area, she is not entitled to it.
To say she was entitled.
No, you're correct.
Yes.
Adam and I, then we did not script this. I never talked about this.
We did not call each other.
No, I'm dead serious. Maddie knows I was talking about this earlier when I saw it. I do believe that you're correct. No one's entitled to the ball. It's going into the stands. It's fair game. But this guy is being hailed as a victim.
Father of the year.
And as Father of the Year, he's being asked to go on shows. Oh, it was my son's birthday. We bought the tickets there to get him a ball. Okay, great. He knew exactly what he was doing is the point. I'm not saying it was illegal to do it. But when he got back, because the way he sprinted back, he knew that there was a partial thievery to what he had done. It wasn't that was her ball. She had to take the L. But this guy being praised as like the victim of the story.
It's got to be his ball.
It's wrong. To get a good look at a Rawlings, I'd like to take his word for it.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that when he sprinted back and then, now when she accosted him.
that's wrong.
And he had this like, what did I do? Like, it's a little overplayed. That's all I'm saying.
No, I think he was shook because this person was probably cussing him out, and he's thinking, what is wrong with this crazy lady in my face?
I think he's kind of overplayed his hand a little bit, that he did nothing to bring this on.
I don't think he did anything to bring it on. I really don't.
You lose me in the argument when the woman goes over to talk to the man. You can be frustrated. You can get in the car on the way home and you can say, can you believe that ball was at my feet? I went to bend over to grab it.
Take the L.
Yeah.
I agree.
And that's where you lose me. She is not entitled to that ball.
That's the end of the discussion right there.
To me, I wouldn't have done what he did. I wouldn't have done what he did.
Was it a little snaky to just run over there?
You nailed it. It was a little.
No, I think that is a human reaction at every baseball game. And for a dad, I think he was just trying to capitalize on his son being there. I don't think he does that if he's not there, his son.
Let me change this for you. What if that ball is sitting in his man cave right now, the dad's? He never gave it to the son. He said, here's your ball. And they got in the car. He goes, give me my ball back.
Okay, now you're being ridiculous. Now you're being ridiculous.
Now where you at?
That didn't happen. Here's what I do know. Here's what I do know.
Then the team has to go up there, and then Bader has to give him a bat.
Amazing.
And it's like the worst day the kid ever had because his dad, not him. Here's the difference.
You know what this is, TLC?
What?
More evidence that Uncle Anthony hates the kids.
That's not
true. He is just racking up story after story. Nearfield.
Rothman, I am dead serious. I'm dead serious right now. I'm dead serious.
An adult male.
I am dead serious.
A full-fledged adult male.
If that guy ran over, scooped up the ball, By the way, it's not a fumble until someone establishes possession. That ball's a free agent. If he runs over there, steals it, and instead of putting it in his kid's glove, if he puts it in his dog's mouth and then takes it back out and gives it to the lady.
It's a bring your dog to the park night?
Yep. If he gives that ball to his dog and then says,
I'd
hey,
have
dog,
a little softer spot there.
Okay, of course. There we go.
But
there he is. At least he's consistent. We got to
take a Buckeye Bulletin. Stick around. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
Congratulations. You're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent to help you pick a policy that's right for you. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Listen up, players. You won't want to miss this. Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose.
So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spreads, totals, or player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of our specialties here at Pella, Wilson, is getting rid of old, smaller windows with no view and replacing them with huge, beautiful windows that can change the look and feel of your home.
We tried that once, but we cut the hole a bit too big, so we had to put in a garage door instead in their dining room.
Wilson.
Didn't improve the view, but they do have a drive-through now, so you're welcome, Gruball family.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Oven-baked French toast. Hot, melty cheese. And meat. And meat. And meat. Introducing UDF's new 3-meat French toast stackwich. Sweet and savory cinnamon swirl French toast piled with thick cut bacon, natural pork sausage, and smoky Canadian bacon. It's the newest flavor in our lineup of breakfast sandwiches. All stacked fresh, all served hot, and all made in store to make your morning. The new 3-meat French toast stackwich from UDF. Mornings made for you.
If you're itching for a new vehicle this fall, you have to go see my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Hey, it's Anthony. I drive an awesome Ridgeline, and you can drive home the rugged 25 Ridgeline Sport with 0% APR or lease for as low as $299 a month. Or go for the looks and reliability of a 2025 Honda Accord LX, just 3.99% APR or lease it from only $199 a month. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, and GermainHondaofDublin.com.
Other stations in town have started using AI voices. It's because they're cheap and they think you're stupid. Well, we may think you're stupid, but we don't think you're cheap, damn it. We're live and local with real people. The Fan, Ohio's real human destination.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated, because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life, and fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, Buckeye Bulletin time. As we told you, Ohio State a 32.5-point favorite currently over those Bobcats. 7 o'clock kick in the shoe on Saturday night. It was impossible to have a letdown. Like Ryan Day said on the scoreboard, that really wasn't what it was about, judging his team. But I guess he did talk. We'll play this quick one about, because my whole thing before that game was how do you handle success? And it really wasn't about winning the game because you knew they would win it. But here he is on that.
Yeah, I was looking to see if we had a letdown in practice. I think Tuesday there was a general exhale I was a little concerned about, but I think it was more the physicality of the game than it was guys feeling like we've arrived. I think they know that this is a long, long season. I think our guys look at last year and know that this is, it's a long road all the way to December and January. So we're nowhere where we need to be. I thought Wednesday we came back at an excellent practice. There was good Christmas to it. There was energy to it. And then I thought, our 48 hours leading up to the game was pretty businesslike. So that was a good sign. But like you said, you got to go put it on the field. And regardless of your opponent, you can see good execution, whether it's, penalties or, assignments, spacing, timing. I mean, there's a Christmas to anybody you play. I thought it looked right on the field. We'll have to watch the film and confirm that, though.
I'll tell you, it's a very just astute comment after a 70-0 beatdown. That my eyes are viewing discipline. My eyes are viewing what did we work on in practice and did we execute it in the game. Is it a lot easier to execute it against that team? Of course it is. And I had a friend of mine say, I thought the backups looked better than the starters. And I said, you do know that the backups got to play a team that just got mauled in the first half.
Yeah.
It's not like Grambling said, all right, all our backups are going in now. We'll lose 150-0. Yeah. Like, okay, everyone was supposed to look good. At times they did. I nitpicked a couple things because that's what I think coaches would do. When a guy has a corner blitz, a free run at a quarterback, and he whiffs, that's something we have to talk about. If a guy can't get off the block and they give up a 20-yard run to Grambling, that's something we have to talk about. Yeah. But other than that, if a quarterback on a 2nd and 5 at the 5-yard line, second and goal at the 5, throws a ball from the left hash to the right pylon. Adam King might love that because it was completed, but Ryan Day knows it was completed to the other team.
I finished off the no-hitter.
That could be a problem.
That's the highlight you show.
Oh,
Julian saying no-hitter.
Yeah, like out of 100, I think they probably racked up a score of 95. Yeah. Like Ohio State, for the most part. You highlighted some things that could come back to bite you when, talent kind of evens out in some of these games, whether it's Illinois, Penn State, Michigan, whoever that may be. But, just overall, it was clean from start to finish, AK, and they look like a squad, man, that, 3-4 weeks from now is going to be even better and really going to be a tough out, obviously, for everybody.
My biggest takeaway from the whole game came down to the final minute. Did you see Ryan Day in the final minute?
By the way, Grambling couldn't even do that right. They tried to run a final play, and the clock ran out.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Just
probably a good thing. That was going to be a pick six.
Yeah.
If you look at Ryan Day in that final minute, you've got too many men on the line of scrimmage, penalty that gets called. Ryan's livid. You have Bo Jackson that reached over the goal line and kind of fumbles the ball out of bounds? I think it was Bo. It fumbled the ball out of bounds.
I was playing golf by then.
Oh, yeah, it's figured. And then Carlos Lachlan and Ryan Day are not, they're saying, hey, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. And then you have the extra point that goes in, but it's blocked, and it still goes in. And Ryan Day was livid about that. I loved it. That was Nick Saban-esque. It was like a man up 70-0, losing his mind still. That's what you got to do. You got to find the coaching points in a game like that.
Because like we said, even if you are a backup, the standard is the standard. What Caleb Downs, Jeremiah, those guys do, you should be thriving and striving to do that regardless of where you are in the pecking order. Because if your number's called, you better be ready to go.
I think about the Bo Jackson play the most of that. There's a world where that play matters, 10 weeks from now. Because Bo Jackson's going to get a lot more carries as the season goes on.
Pretty good.
Yeah, he did. And so, you have to have that moment where you say, that 1 yard is not worth it.
Right.
It's so much more important to keep the ball and get another play than try to reach out and score.
You know what that is?
Right.
That's the Derrick Henry, we call that. In this room.
Hashtag too soon.
Hey, last night, I was watching.
It's just what popped into my head, man.
I was watching
You should have been coaching for the Ravens last night.
Yes. And I sent a text it was right after Derrick Henry broke off a really long run. And the text said, they're acting like this game is 50-3. The Bills offense is cooking. If they go down and score, this is a one-score game and you need one stop. And then I kicked my feet up and all of a sudden I blinked and Matty Ice was in tears. And I really don't know what happened in between point A and point B. There was a fumble, there was a tip ball that landed in Coleman's hand, but in between there, one heart in Columbus and one Matty Ice just sobbing.
Just a shattered.
You should have been celebrating. I thought it was a little premature to go streaking down your street.
Our defense was disgusting yesterday. That's what it was, AK. Offense may be the best offense in the league.
But the Bills' defense was also disgusting.
It was. It was bad, but we do that to a lot of people.
That's fair.
We do that to a lot of people, but I appreciate you sending out a little wellness check on me. But I'm kind of over it.
Hey, I went 8 of 8 yesterday in picks. 8 of 8.
8 and 8 or 8?
8 of 8. 8 for 8.
And NFL picks against the spread?
Money line.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm not saying it's awful, but it's not.
Hey, 8 for 8. That's impressive.
I'll take that as a start.
I'll dap you up a little bit.
What did that pay?
$500.
What was the original bet?
Good day.
I can't comment on that. $10.
10 for 500, going 8 for 8 on money liners?
Mm-hmm.
What was the diciest one?
The Bills.
You had the Bills at home. Yeah. Okay. The last leg. So you could have hedged.
But they were the underdog.
You could have hedged.
Yeah, but by the time that anything was getting
that's
going.
true. They were already down.
Yeah.
You would have had a hedge pre-kick.
Or after the first score.
Yeah. First score would have been a great time.
Yeah.
You could have whoppered that game, grabbed the Ravens in points.
Yeah.
You would have made more. Giddy up. Got a little ride. You going to let that money ride tonight?
Yeah.
All 5?
I don't sports gamble, but I do sometimes win money.
You don't play golf against people for money. What are you, religious?
I don't
know. Anything?
Caddyshack?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Hey, you got my Tommy Boy earlier.
I did. Well, that's not hard. That one wasn't tough.
One celebrity that you want to meet off the cuff right before we go to break. No time to think.
Stallone.
Denzel Washington.
Martin Sheen.
That's weird.
I know.
It's Adam King. Would you expect anything else?
And that's what you get. And you don't hear the story until next Monday. That's a deep tease. We want you by your radio for the next week.
Yeah, they'll forget that in about 10 seconds. Good to see you, my man.
Always a pleasure. I hope someone's sitting at their desk Thursday like, why does he want to meet Martin Sheen?
But I do want to know maybe the most famous person you have a picture with. I want you to think about that.
Tiger Woods.
That's a tease. Oh,
that's
great.
do it after the break.
Gosh darn it.
That's amazing.
That's a great one.
Smart Center update, top of the hour. We confirm or deny our preseason thoughts. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
If you've recently seen a photo of an older Baker Mayfield fresh off a bender, it's just Bo Bishop. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
We've all got our daydreams, right? Little things, big things, things you know one day you'll do. Then out of nowhere, cancer. And all your plans don't change a bit. I would know. I'm about to jump out of an airplane with my dad. Our first time skydiving solo, and my second year since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health. All right, Dad, let's go. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Hey, it's Anthony. Tailgating, hiking stadium stairs, going out after the games. It's a great time of year. It's also the time of year I'm on my feet a lot. And there won't be a time when I don't have my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store in my shoes. They make all the difference for me. They help my feet, my hips, my back. They're not just like regular insoles. They're designed so I get firm yet flexible function. They actually correct poor foot biomechanics and give me even more comfort. The fitting process is simple. From the moment you walk in, the Good Feet store will personalize the process. From the pain that brought you to them in the first place to your lifestyle needs. They'll properly measure your feet and arch size. Then take the free test walk. If you love them, wear them home like I did. Your new arch supports will help you begin living the life you love without your feet getting in the way. Just stop by the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City and learn more at goodfeet.com.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HindererMotorCompany.com.
Bobcat Enterprises says thank you for your support as they celebrate 50 years of serving the construction industry. Established in 1975 in Cincinnati, Bobcat Enterprises has expanded to 9 stores to meet you where you are in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Find equipment for any construction project, including compact track loaders and excavators. Plus, Bobcat Enterprises rents compact equipment and attachments. Find current specials and locations at bobcatent.com or follow Bobcat Enterprises Inc. on Facebook. Bobcat Enterprises, 50 years working for you.
Hey there. You hear that? Right. You don't. That's what it's like to order food for your workplace with EasyCater. No hold music while you wait to place your order. No tapping as you type in special dietary instructions or long, complicated searches for options in your budget. No crinkling of paper receipts. Just...
Dang, these are some tasty sandwiches.
EasyCater, the better way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part, they accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Double your Keno booster automatically every Tuesday in September between 4 and 5 p.m. with Keno Power Hour Double Booster. Play Keno with Booster between 4 and 5 any Tuesday afternoon in September, and the booster value will be double. You could boost your winnings up to 20 times all September long. Learn more at OhioLottery.com/Keno Power Hour. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Tyler Danberg. Number 1 Ohio State caps off the non-conference slate against Ohio Saturday at 7. Tune in to Buckeye Roundtable statewide and locally on The Fan tonight at 6. NFL, Chicago and Minnesota clash in an NFC North battle at 8:15. Coverage on The Fan starts after Roundtable. San Francisco signed wide receiver Kendrick Bourne to a 1-year deal worth up to $5 million. Jawan Jennings injured his left shoulder in Sunday's win at Seattle. Baseball tonight, Cleveland hosts Kansas City at 6:40. Slade Ciccone starts for Cleveland against Ryan Bergert. Cincinnati visits San Diego at 9:40. Nick Lodolo starts for the Reds versus Yu Darvish. This update is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union, voted best credit union for the past 7 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit BMIFCU.org to learn more. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The best thing about watching football this weekend, talking football on Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, final hour of the program, Rothman and Ice. Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes. The dream has died as well, boys. The Powerball is done, which means that Ian Fitzsimmons will be on with us at 2:30 because I didn't get word that he was part of this. Here are some of the headlines. Powerball players win historic $1.79 billion jackpot, ending 3-month drought. North Carolina Powerball player who missed $1.2 billion jackpot by one number. 2 winners split 1.8. Rural Texas roadside gas station stunned after selling one of the winning 1.8 billion. What I haven't looked into is how much did this get split up?
Yeah.
How many tickets? Because we got 2 winners. Oh, well, maybe that's it. 2 winners to split 1.8. Now, there may have been groups in those 2 winners of offices that went all in. I don't know if that's out there. But I know Uncle Sam's going to want to have a little chat with them because, 24%, boom, and then tax bracket and all that stuff.
I'm glad you brought this up again because we discussed what we would do with some of the money if we did win that and how we would distribute that amongst family and friends. I got a text from one of my friends that heard the number that I was going to give them, which was $750K.
It's a lot of money.
And they said, that ain't enough. Those are the type of friends I got, man.
I think, really? I think it would sound better to round up to a cool mill. I think when you said 750, I said, wow, that's a lot. And then I said, if you're going to go 750, you should just probably round it up.
You're kind of big on that. Like when we talk about hey, you've already spent this much. Why not? Just keep going higher and higher. You can always lean that way. But I couldn't believe
it was just,
You got one of the homies saying that's not enough. These are
cross them off the list then.
And they're the ones that do me the dirtiest when my team loses the way that they lose, with all the crying emojis and the memes that come my way. It's just when your boys do you the worst sometimes, man.
What really Caddyshack that one? You'll get nothing like
it. What? Good call. What about that Texas winner? Do they have to pay taxes? There's no state income tax.
You want to pay state.
Yeah, you want to say state, the Fed.
Local and federal still.
Yeah, okay. What about Missouri? Do you remember?
What
are they low taxing lottery?
I know St. Louis didn't have local taxes, which was good. They're probably between 4 and 5%.
This is what they're saying, that each person's going to walk away with $258 million. Seems like a pretty low after all those taxes.
Right. But hey, at the end of the day, I would not complain at all. No. I think 250 M's.
I think that'll get you to the finish line, as they say.
Oh yeah, that combined with me working 3 days a week with you for the rest of my life, that.
You know what?
It's a win.
I may just protest that completely. I may just say I'm not going to do the show. And make you do the rest. I would say that's amazing that you would want to do that. But more power to you.
I just think at some point in time,
you start your own radio station. Do a podcast,
no, that's
Matty.
too much work.
Everyone's doing a podcast. Stick a satellite dish on your head.
Yeah, there are.
Walk around the city.
Who doesn't have a podcast at this point? Yeah, it's pretty
a special
wild
industry.
I just think once you get past that first week or two of doing literally anything that you can think of doing, I would want to get back to some sense of normalcy in my life, and that balance of coming in here 3 days a week with you guys. I would enjoy. I would really enjoy doing that. I wouldn't even need to be paid from the station anymore.
I'd
true. Put that money in TLC's bank account.
Thank
Give it
you.
to him.
That's true. I've been unemployed for 1 month. Day 3, I was bored as hell.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, I can't play, EA college football again.
Right.
I did it all day 1, all day 2. I got nothing.
Right. I'd be like, well, I traveled here. I went to this restaurant. I bought this car. I bought these shoes. 2 weeks of that, I'd be like, okay.
There's a lot of shows that you got to watch.
Oh, man.
A lot of shows you can get to.
You and I could do a Love Island podcast.
Okay, now we may be onto something with that. Bring AR. We got to get AR on this. He would like the craziness. If you really just kind of sat in it for a few episodes and see how wild it is, I think you would be entertained at the least. Because it's pretty wild.
There's some debauchery going on.
No doubt about it.
And who would turn that down?
Yeah. Go catch that Megan Thee Stallion episode if you want some entertainment.
Wait, she's on it?
Oh, yeah. She makes an appearance in there.
But she's not a contestant.
No. She comes in for an episode to host an event. That's pretty popping, in my opinion.
Our thoughts before the season. You had Green Bay and Kansas City in the Super Bowl. I have Baltimore and Philly I feel like I want to change now to Buffalo just because I want to root for them, but I do think your team will certainly be there and bounce back.
You do have a bit of a soft spot for
do.
Buffalo and her. I think is it because of the Super Bowl losses?
I like Marv Levy a lot, and I was rooting for them in those Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And being a part of the club that has lost 4, although they lost them in a row, which I don't know if there's any. You got to spread them out to different generations.
Right.
That means one generation had to just suffer with all of that.
I'm struggling with back-to-back losses to end our season and start our season, let alone 4 consecutive Super Bowls. So yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow. That's for sure. I think
What do you confirm in week 1 in your preseason gut?
That Micah Parsons really makes the Packers scary.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know if he's full tilt yet with his conditioning and all of that stuff, but you just look at the attention that you have to pay to him, even when he doesn't get home, the pressure that he still creates. They now have just a blue chip difference making player at one of the most critical positions in the sport. And so Jordan Love, that offense, they've had kind of years to build that chemistry, right? You bring in a vet like Josh Jacobs to provide some punch on the ground, but just seeing Micah out there, they passed the eye test early, because I'm not going to freak out too much on Detroit side of things, with the coordinating change. To me, it was going to take them some time.
Beat up front,
I know,
badly.
but I think that's credit to Micah and Green Bay and how dominant I think they're going to be. But I think for Detroit, we got to give them some time to figure it out on the fly. When you lose the coaching that they lost in the offensive line situation with Ragnow retiring and all of those things. And so you're right. It didn't look good in the trenches, but we know the talent over there is for real. But, yeah, the Packers, they looked the part to me yesterday.
Yeah, they did. I think it's a good pick. I think people were a little worried that Jordan Love was not going to start fast because of the thumb. He looked fine. They were dominant up front. I think they have everything that it takes to make a big dent in the NFC and get there. One of my bold predictions, one of our crazy ones, I feel like I'm at least scratching the surface on with the Chiefs. And it's not because I'm trying to cherry pick the injury to Xavier Worthy, because I have him on my fantasy team. It's the last thing I wanted to see. But they had won 17 straight one-score games, and including the playoffs. And they lose their game in Brazil to the Chargers, and now they lose him. And one of my bold predictions was that they were going to be gettable this year, and that I think I predicted that they would be sub 500 going into their bye week. Now, that's 8 weeks of football, and no one's burying Kansas City. They'll find a way. He always does. He's way too good, the coach and the quarterback. But I do feel like that they're not the team to beat. Now, maybe in the playoffs, someone could argue that with me, that they are a different beast because they have the experience. They've been there, done that. And those teams like Buffalo and Baltimore have not, quote, come through when it counts. Until they do, I probably shouldn't doubt them. But I'm just thinking that I'm confirming to myself that Kansas City is not a world beater. And they lost to a team in their division, yes, on a neutral field. They have to host Philadelphia this week. And now they're going to have to prove something to me. And they get Baltimore in a couple more weeks. And they got to go to Jacksonville. That's not a gimme anymore. And they'll have Detroit, which who knows what they'll be by week 6. The Raiders got off to a decent start.
Pretty good, yeah.
And they'll have to take on Washington and go to Buffalo. This is not, believe me, everyone that looks at them would say they're the tough out, not any of those other teams. But I think they've lost a hair of their intimidation for some reason.
And you may be onto something for sure. What really jumped out to me watching their game against Kansas City is I think they just need a new crop of playmakers that are young. Obviously, Xavier is going to be a guy that's around for a while. But the Hollywood Browns, the Jujus, even Kelsey now at this point, to me, he is he's a playoff player. In the NBA, he's like a 16-game player, right? And for 4 series. I don't know if Kelsey's the every week horse that he used to be, even though he popped off in that game and did have that touchdown. But you just look around Mahomes, and I think they need to invest in offense in the next draft or two to get guys that they can grow with. Because can you really rely on Rashee Rice at this point? If he's there, that's great. It's a great piece, but they just feel like they need more pop, especially in that running back room with Pacheco and Hunt that just looked, okay.
Well, here's the thing. No one could predict what was going to happen to Worthy. They did draft him. He was where did they get him?
Thanks to Buffalo. Remember, that was the trade with Buffalo.
Yeah, so they actually did do that. And so they have invested. And I also think that Reed, this is unfortunate for him and for my fantasy team, I think they had a lot designed for Worthy. I think they were going to design 100%. A lot of weird. Yeah. He was the new improved Mecole Hardman. Like he was going to be that guy.
Yeah, I think he's much better than Mecole, but I think you're right. But I think what it also shines a light on, too, for me is how important Rashee Rice is to their offense now, especially now that Kelsey has slowed down.
He caught a nice touchdown.
He did, but I'm just saying, like, I think Rashee's their horse. He is their new every week. This is what you're going to get on offense, and he just hasn't been available for them that much over the last 2 years.
Which proves the point in that they have to be better in their first 7 weeks or 6 weeks. Until he comes back. I mean, because if they're starting to chase it, I think it'll be a very interesting narrative the entire year. Will they be able to get in the playoffs? And when they do, will they be able to flip the switch like they usually do? We'll come back. A coach is getting peppered with some quarterback questions already. You'll hear it next. Rothman and Ice on The Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown. This is what the Buckeyes train so hard for.
Just like Valvoline Instant Oil Change, their techs train like pros to deliver expert service every time.
Wait, are we talking football or oil changes?
Both. Whether it's the Buckeyes on the field or your car in the bay, it's all about preparation and precision.
Can't argue with that.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit VIOC.com/Buckeyes today.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Dormar, your climate hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Hey, it's Anthony for Orthopedic One. I'm not invincible anymore. I never was, but I refuse to punt on things I still love to do. That's why over the past several years, when I've had things creep up, like back pain, shoulder issue, elbow problem, I've had it all, I've always chosen Orthopedic One. That's because Orthopedic One is Ohio's largest physician-owned orthopedic practice with 60 physicians in every specialty. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com. Orthopedic One. This is where you go to get better.
IKEA is celebrating 40 years of making home dreams possible in the U.S. Visit us in-store September 3rd until the 23rd for limited-time offers and experiences, like our Ortianta streetwear collection, our new Tilvercott furniture, daily chances to win gift cards, and more. Come celebrate 40 years of meatball-fueled shopping, brave attempts at our Swedish names, and the inexplicable need for stylish modern design. Offer valid September 3rd through September 23rd, 2025. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea.us.com for details. Restrictions apply.
Join Rothman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week. But not OJ, because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
An absolutely lovely start to the work week with plenty of sunshine and temperatures feeling very much like fall in the mid-70s. For tonight, clear skies overnight with our lows down into the 40s. And then for Tuesday, the sunshine is on rinse and repeat. Sunglasses will be needed, but the jacket you can put away in the afternoon with highs getting right around 80 degrees. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Free Snap Leads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, Maddie, Bet365 time.
Let's get into it and listen up, football fans. You don't want to miss this because right now, new Bet365 customers have a great chance to make some money. Don't you want to do that? All you have to do, folks, is bet $5 and you're going to get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So download the app today, check out their website, and keep an eye out for Daily Boost and Super Boost. Now that we're in football season, they have some really cool stuff happening at Bet365. Monday Night Football, AR, the Bear taking on your Vikes, baby. I'm excited about this one. I'm going with Jordan Mason, the new Viking running back, for an anytime touchdown plus 175. I really like how you guys invested in the offensive line, particularly the interior of that O-line. So I'm going with the former San Francisco 49er and now current Minnesota Viking, Jordan Mason, to get into the box. And it'll be interesting to see how that backfield is split up between he and Aaron Jones, because I know there's been a lot of love and respect for the things that Jordan Mason has done this offseason. Now we'll see if that's real, because we got a divisional matchup right out of the gate.
Yeah, it should be fun. This is a classic mental hedge for me. Obviously, I want to root for the Vikes. I'm not overly confident with J.J. McCarthy's first start on the road in Monday Night Football. Yes, they do have a good defense, and the Bears are unveiling their new offense with Ben Johnson. So I'll do a little same-game parlay, because on Bet365, you do a same-game parlay, you're going to get a 50% profit boost on that, which is huge. So I'll take what I think is going to be a fairly close game. I'm going to tease the Bears up to 3.5. So I'll take the Bears plus 3.5. I'm going to tease it up to play it down, so I'll go under 52.5, which should be enough to come under that. And I like Jalen Naylor to get over 19.5 receiving yards. Just give me one nice throw to him. And if you pop a 50% boost on that, your plus 320 is going to go much higher than that. So that's about $10 to win close to 60 if you did that 3-gamer with the 50% boost.
Not bad. Not bad. And look, they've got Thursday night football offers. They also have Sunday night football offers as well. So just check out everything Bet365 and you will enjoy your time betting over there with them. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 21 plus only, must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply, in app only.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
We talked about Xavier Worthy last segment, so I'll give you whatever update I have. It's very unclear when Worthy's going to be available again. This is head coach Andy Reid. So as far as injuries go, I know Xavier is going to be the big question. He's rehabbing and working his shoulder. That's a good sign.
Okay.
I mean, he says, we'll just see where it goes. Day to day here, see where we end up. It's actually giving a little hope.
Hey.
I think if it was, because he's asked. Andy Reid, he's not a doctor, but he's asked the doctors, okay, what's your first theory?
Right.
What did the first MRI say? What's the second one going to, so the fact that he's saying he's rehabbing and working his shoulder, we'll just see where it goes day to day. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to commit, but I also think if it was the opposite, he'd be like, guys, I have no update for you. When I do, I'll tell you. So who knows?
Okay, something to monitor. He's so important to what
maybe he wants
they can
the
be,
Eagles to game plan for him, which I doubt he'll be playing.
Maybe, but yeah, no. I mean, just especially with Andy Reid's history of using fast guys like that. Like, he knows what to do with those weapons, the Tyreek Hills, the Mecole Hardmans, the Deshaun Jackson type of guys. So clearly he drafted him for a reason to have a big role in this offense. And he looked good last year as a rookie, and so I'm sure there was a level up coming. Hopefully for the Chiefs' sake, they can see that level up sooner rather than later.
I didn't have a ton of hope for the New York Giants. I know some people did like them this year, maybe a little more than others. But I think we're just waiting on whether Jackson Dart's going to be the guy. So they go to Washington and get cracked 21-6. Maybe it wasn't as bad as the score.
No, it wasn't. It was. You keep one. I was keeping one eye on that while I was out yesterday. As we talked about, their D line is going to make life tough for a lot of people over there, and so the quarterback play was just kind of nasty yesterday for the Giants.
So Russ, 17 of 37.
Yeah, it was nice.
168. No picks, no touchdowns. He did run the ball for 44 yards. He was their leading rusher. Jaden Daniels had a pedestrian game for him. 19 of 30, 233 is pretty good. Actually, 233 is pretty good for him passing. He had a touchdown.
The other stuff,
and he
too,
had 68 rushing yards.
That's the good stuff with Jaden. Yeah, that's nice.
And so here's Brian Daboll on when are you going to go from Russ to Jackson Dart?
Was there any point you considered putting Jackson in the game?
I did not. There were all sorts of reports before the game that you had a package, set up for Jackson that you might use in this game. Then you said you didn't consider playing him. So was there a disparity there? What was, were those reports?
Yeah, Russ, like I told you guys before, Russ was our quarterback. I think what you do with your backup quarterback and your third quarterback is make sure you have enough packages in, is that if they go in the game, that is stuff that they feel comfortable with. So we'll see where we're at. Again, just overall, not, there's not good enough.
What was it, when your decision, how did you land on Jackson being the backup and Jameis the emergency move?
I thought he earned it. Thought Jackson earned it.
Will you consider starting Jackson next week?
Yeah, look, we're going to get home, Pat. We're going to look at our game. Collectively, we all got to do better.
It's a good question. The last question was a very good question. It wasn't a will you, it was will you consider?
Yeah.
And he didn't answer the question. He deflected like most guys do right after the game and saying, hey, we got to look at everything. But I thought that was a very good way to ask the question. And I thought he could have leaned into it. Most coaches, Maddie, they'll say, this is how they get out of that. And answer the question at the same time. They say, it's my job to consider everything every week.
Yep. That's how you play it. That's how you play it. And a little bit of an update. He did say that Russ will roll out there again this week. So he's going to be the guy against Dallas after they're on the road this week against Dallas. And then they host Kansas City week 3. Maybe after that, if things continue to go south in a primetime game and Russ looks a mess, he'd be willing to make the change.
If things go south, things could go south.
Correct. They got another home game after that Kansas City matchup against the Chargers. So Jackson Dart, his time's coming. He'll get out there. But, Russ, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a couple more starts to clean up what he did yesterday.
It's always nice when the post-game press conference is dominated by questions about a guy who didn't even play. Right. But Rex Ryan, I just saw, he had some disagreeing thoughts with Brian Daboll, who obviously, as you just said, just announced earlier today in his press conference that Russell Wilson's going to be starting. Rex Ryan disagrees.
Well, I'm just going to say this. You got to put him in because Russell Wilson can't play anymore. And I don't know what the hell you're doing with him. And, look, there's never an easy time. Everybody has good players. What are you afraid of? Put the kid. Is it going to be worse? Hell no. Put him out there, let him go, let him ride, and let's see if you know, look, if all of a sudden this guy becomes a real player, which we all assume he will. I think the kid's got talent. Yep. He looked really good in the he outplayed Russell Wilson head and shoulders in the preseason. Put him in there. What are you doing? You're going to play a guy that can't do it anymore? Stop.
Interesting take. It is one game, and Rex isn't in their locker room. He isn't in their meeting rooms. He doesn't know if Daboll feels that Russ gave him a better chance to win the game. And then once you do go to the young guy, then you're all in.
Which will happen.
Which will happen. So it may not be that it has to be done in week 2.
Yeah. I think real quick.
And it's a division game.
To kind of, because I hear what Rex is saying, I think if you look at it, the back half, too, of last year with Russ's play in Pittsburgh and how that fizzled out and what you saw yesterday, I can understand why he may lean to thinking that Russ is cooked at this point in his career.
All right, those are your pre-snap reads for today. You've heard me mention Synergenics and Low T Center, the original MVPs of testosterone replacement therapy. They've been around for over a decade. They've been changing lives of men across the country. And since starting, a lot of other players have entered the field. You've heard them. But Synergenics and Low T Center are the pros, providing you with the most medically driven, results-focused, and basically the winning approach to restoring the quality of your life and your energy and your health. And a lot of people say that it has significantly changed their lives. So don't wait, get to a center, and most importantly, just take the test. And I think you'll be wishing you did it sooner because you've probably been curious where you land on the scale. If you're a guy in your 30s, 40s, 50s for sure, and you're not having the energy you feel you should have, don't chalk it up to just aging. It's a physical and mental change to your body, and it affects every facet of your life. So go to the people you trust, and I trust Low T Center. They have clinics here in town. You can book your appointment right now, and the easiest way to do it is go to trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com. Just go to the site and check them out and go get the test and get the consultation that you have probably been looking for. And I think you'll be wishing you did it sooner. But restore your energy. Do it like a pro at trtmvp.com. We come back in 2 minutes with our friend Ian Fitzsimmons from ESPN Radio. And is a certain coach walking back a certain comment? You'll hear it next. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Enjoy hot deals on Meijer brand family favorite must-haves all season long. Save on back-to-school lunch basics like Meijer peanut butter, grape jelly, and round top bread, just $1.39 each. Meijer disinfectant wipes are just $2.99, and a Meijer facial tissue 4-pack is only $4.99. Saving a good deal more on your favorite Meijer brand must-haves is a good deal better all season long. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
It's always a good day at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship. September 18th through 21st at the Scarlet Course. PGA Tour's rising stars compete, Hub 13 drink specials, and more. Get free tickets today at ncc-golf.com.
Hey Columbus, it's Lorenzo Stiles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. It's football season, and just like on the field, success starts with the right game plan and the right team. That's why I'm proud to team up with Monogram Homes. They're the true custom home builder, bringing precision, creativity, and attention to every detail, just like we do on Saturdays. If you're ready to build, don't settle for standard. Go custom. Go Monogram. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My toilet's clogged, backed up too. The sink is running slow. Water's backed up everywhere. Oh, please don't overflow.
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee. It's 93 or free. Guaranteed. Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
This sports report brought to you by Bet365. Football is back. Get ready for the season at Bet365. When it comes to sports books, Bet365 has it all. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Perfect afternoon parlay. This is Rothman and Ice.
Look at the kid working overtime this week. Does he get paid OT?
Of course he does.
I don't think that happens in the sideline biz.
I hope he does.
Deserves it. Ian Fitzsimmons is a bargain at any price. Here he is with us every week on a Monday, and we have him on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Did you go over?
My wife will tell you. Hey, my wife will tell you right now. Yeah, I'm a bargain. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Bargain basement.
Sales rack. Here we go. Right there.
But you're not a dollar store guy. I mean, you're worth more than that. All right, so
close.
You're close. How about, so your game went to, how long did your game go?
Double OT. Luckily, it was a home game because let me tell you something. The boys in the booth were freaking out over catching flights. And my wife actually offered up a text the moment it went to overtime, and she texted the entire crew because we had my entire crew over for dinner on Friday night, which we, by the way, boys, Texas chili. And then I did 3 filet mignon was about, 3 inches thick each and charred the hell out of them on the outside. When you cut those babies open, I didn't even need a knife, right? And I thinly sliced, like paper thin, the filet mignon with 3 different kinds of cheese, and then these toasted crackers my daughter Marin made with like cinnamon and something else. I mean, oh my God, as an appetizer, the filet mignon with the cheese and the crackers. Holy hell, your palate exploded. I mean, absolutely exploded. Then my wife's Texas chili, she does with steak, not ground beef.
Let me ask.
Sirloin
All right,
steak, chopped down. So
that's how you do it. Yeah.
After all of that, my wife we had the entire crew over on Friday night for dinner. She then offers up the house. If any of you idiots are about to miss your flight because of overtime, and then she doubled back down on double OT, come on over. We got you.
Very nice. Hey, explain to me, educate me on this. The difference, because I'm a Midwestern guy, and my chili just felt like regular chili. My mom used
if you put beans in the chili, AR, it ain't chili.
Okay, well, you got me then. I don't know if that's a Midwest thing, but I can't
stand beans in my chili.
what is that, a
there you
pinto
go,
bean? Is that
he knows. He knows.
Those red? No, those red. What are the red? Are they red?
I don't care.
Beans?
It does not matter.
Really?
Do not put
no beans in chili?
In Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, all states that I've lived in Maryland and never had beans in chili.
More beans, Mr. Taggart? Sounds like you boys have had enough.
Candy Grandpa Mongo. But anyway, hey, look, when it comes to, Texas-style chili, it is onions, peppers, stock tomatoes, meaning the chopped and the finely diced, which she will not allow me to buy in a can. It has to be fresh. And then that stuff simmers for like 4 hours in that sirloin steak, and it's 4 pounds of sirloin steak. Yeah, and the appetizer, remember, boys, was cheese and filet mignon. And my wife went, is that too much meat? I'm like, for this crew, we're barbarians. No. I mean, we're Neanderthals. We grunt. I mean, no, we're good.
Oh, man.
And it was devoured. There was not a bite left, boys. And then we had double OT. Everybody made their flights. We're good. Now we're on to week 3. What we got?
It's great.
Here we go.
Hey,
everybody who hasn't eaten lunch yet, by the way, in the 614, now you're hungry.
Yeah.
Get your ass to a restaurant.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for dinner. That's for sure. After that, let's talk a little bit about Clemson, because some people think Clemson's starting to look a little funny in the light, specifically that offense and what we've seen from them the last 2 weeks. Look, first week you lose to LSU, fine. People, I think, can respect that. But the way Troy was,
you think? Hold on, you think?
Thank you for that. But this Clemson unit now, Ian, after seeing them for 2 weeks. What are your thoughts on Dabo and the gang?
I'm not concerned about Clemson at all. Like LSU, let's go back to the team they played the first week, right? Which has just a remarkable pass rush now with Patrick Payton coming over from Florida State and everything else they did in the portal. Look, they just beat La Tech 23-7.
Yeah, that was let down city.
Like right home about? Yeah. You think they were kind of peeking ahead to a game that's normally in late October, right? Against Florida, a rivalry game, and they got caught peeking, but they found a way to win. Now, Clemson's got who this week? I can't even. Oh, they got Georgia Tech and Brent Key. So hold on. Did they get caught peeking ahead? Because we were in a fight last year with Georgia Tech. We all know Brent Key's guys. He's an old offensive lineman, boys. Played at Georgia Tech, coached under Nick Saban for years. He's an Alabama guy. Grew up, at Hewitt-Trussville. His boys are going to be ready to play. So when it comes to the first 2 weeks of the college football season, I really don't put a hell of a lot of stock in it, unless you're going to be somebody like, I don't know, Mike Gundy, who's going to just run his mouth off about how much Oregon plays players compared to other teams, and that interconference matchups should be based on your salary cap and what you're paying players. And then I love how Dan Lanning goes, "Oh, really, Coach? So I guess Tennessee Martin from FCS is about the same damn level as you are. Get ready, partner. Here it comes. Take this one on the chin and a kick to the nuts. Here we go, right? Sorry about that. If you want to dump it, go right ahead. But bottom line is, that's what I pay attention to in the first couple of weeks of the college football season. Which teams already have their jaw locked and ready to go, and which teams are kind of still trying to figure things out. I think LSU got a remarkable win. And then they got caught sleeping. I think Clemson got whipped, and then it got caught. Okay, hold on, trying to figure some things out before going up against, Georgia Tech and Brent Key.
You know what? He's walking it back now, Gundy, a little bit, but I loved Lanning's response. So for people,
100%.
so for people who didn't know, Mike Gundy said Oregon spent $40 million on their roster, much higher than the $7 million Oklahoma State has over the past 3 years. And Lanning said, we spend to win. Some people save to have an excuse. So it was a great response. Good. But Gundy said I was giving them a compliment. I don't know. He was.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was laying it out there, and you know what? Oregon, they took notice, and they hung a good old-fashioned marriage happy number of 69 right there on Oklahoma State. I mean, it should have been a shutout. I can tell you right now, they wanted. Wow, I didn't mean that. They wanted a shutout against the Pokes. They weren't even happy after the game, guys. That's how locked in some teams are.
I like to say to Maddie, I use this phrase a lot, a guy, whether he's easy to root for. I feel like John Mateer is really easy to root for. I loved his post-game presser. Have you ever talked to this guy, met him, covered his games before? I loved what he did on Saturday.
SEC Media Days, man. He was one of the stars when it comes to the players. And Oklahoma's got something. Now, their gauntlet, man, when you look at the back end of their schedule, boys, it is just vicious. It's like Florida's. Florida starts this week. I mean, it is nasty. They had to have that game against South Florida. And gave Alex Golish and his squad, the South Florida, they've beaten number 25 Boise and number 13 Florida. Yeah. Let that sink in. The South Florida, you know who they have this week?
Miami.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
There's a trifecta, right? I mean, good luck to get back up yet again at 18, 19, 20 years of age for another massive top 25 tilt. But John Mateer, the moment he got on campus, guys, he took his O-line out to dinner. Then he took his wide receivers out to dinner. Then he took his tight ends and running backs out to dinner. And the biggest acquisition that not enough people talk about, in my opinion, is Ben Arbuckle also coming with John Mateer as his offensive coordinator from Washington State, where he was with him also at Incarnate Word. And who was at Incarnate Word, Washington State also?
Cam Ward,
yep. Number 1 overall pick.
Yep.
So this dude can sling it. He's got some moxie about him. He's got an attitude, and Michigan found out about it. Now, Bryce Underwood, you don't need to be fighting with your star running back in the middle of a game. Come on, man. Look, we all know they're paying you close to $10 million, whatever it is. But you don't need to be fighting with Justin Haynes. I'm sure Buckeye fans loved it, and you're screaming Boomer Sooner there, which is dumb because you want your opponent to be as highly ranked as possible when you play them. And I'm going back when I was an Alabama student. I rooted for Auburn as a student before I got into this business. It makes no sense to root against somebody on your schedule. You want them undefeated when you play them so that your strength of schedule is that much better. But I know I'm preaching to deaf ears right now.
Real quick, in our last 30 seconds, one of my favorite characters around the sport is Fran Brown. Put a grade on Fran Brown making his players run sprints after a win.
One, I had him week 1, as you know. So I've become a Fran Brown. He is as brutally honest as they will come. That was to show every single parent and to show every guy next to you not happy. We came away with a W. You know the first thing that popped in my mind, AR?
Herb Brooks.
Miracle.
Yep.
Yep.
You don't want to work. You don't want to work during the game. We'll work now.
We'll work right now. Forget Sunday when no one's watching. I want to embarrass you so you know how this feels like, so I don't have to do it again. That's what I thought.
Exactly. We are in lockstep, my man. All right. I'm sorry you didn't win the Powerball, but it sounds like the fillets are still flowing at the Fitzy household. So you're all good. Just keep playing. You're bound to win one of these times.
We won $28 in Powerball tickets on Saturday. You know what I'm going to do right now?
What's that?
Go take that $28 and go play the Powerball.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Reinvest, my man.
I'll take $20 million. I think I'll take 20. I'm good.
I think we can live on that. All right, brother. Be well.
See you, boys. Next week.
See you, man.
I'm glad you mentioned Fran Brown. That's exactly what they beat UConn, by the way, 27-20 in overtime, and he lined them up. That one.
That's amazing. I love Fran Brown.
Grab a whistle.
He's hilarious.
All right, we come back with Tell the Truth. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic. Oh, yes. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
coffee, iced cap, refreshers. Tim Hortons has all your favorite beverages. And now you can get your favorite bite for less. When you buy any size beverage, add a baked daily donut for $1, a tasty bagel for $2, or a freshly cracked hot breakfast sandwich for just $3. So next time you order your favorite Tim's beverage, add something that satisfies your cravings and your wallet. The $1, $2, $3 menu. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer in restaurant. Tax extra exclusions and terms apply.
This just in. Hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches. And our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Offer ends September 12th.
See Home Club for details.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Nobody has more all-wheel drive or electrified hybrid choices than Toyota. Now through September 30th, get 4.75 APR financing on a new 25 RAV4 or 5.75 on RAV4 Hybrid. Excludes plug-ins. Or lease a gas-powered RAV4 LE for $299 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. And if you're gearing up for the big game, don't forget the MVP of desserts, Sanders Chocolate Fudge Bumpy Cake. This legendary treat just made its way to Ohio. Finally! We're talking rich devil's food cake, buttery cream bumps, and a fudge icing that is just unfair. They'd throw a flag on it if it was actually on the field. Bring one to your next tailgate, watch party, or even a team celebration, and you'll be the real hero. Available now at Kroger and Meijer, Sanders Bumpy Cake. It's game day greatness.
Other stations have crappy ratings and they wonder why no one listens. So instead of investing money in local talent, they fire people and plug in AI voices. Gee, real entertainment. Well, all of our dummies are real, damn it. The Fan, Ohio's real human destination.
Right now, in Washington, there's a fight going on to make life more affordable and bring back American jobs. Some play politics, and some want to get things done. Senator John Husted is cutting through the noise, putting Ohio first. The new tax bill delivers for working families and helps small businesses hire and grow right here in Ohio. Tell John Husted, keep fighting for Ohio families and small businesses. Paid for by Senate Opportunity Fund.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com now.
All right, TLC, take us home.
You got it. So I was informed this morning that there were a couple pieces of audio left for us. There was a care package left for us.
I want to hear this. Does it have anything to do with the bout that was happening mid-show?
Yes, it does.
the cage match that was going to happen?
Absolutely.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
T-Bone and Tyvis left us some audio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is a little snippet of what was going on in the 6 o'clock hour on the show that pertains to someone here.
Shout out to me because I told y'all about the Colts. Yeah, you believe in Danny Dimes? I just think they got a lot of playmakers over there.
You should take a victory lap on that.
They need somebody to steer the boat. Just steer the boat. 10-2. 10-2.
Dude, that offense, you're saying not their record. It's going to be 10-2 after 12 games. You're saying keep your hands on the wheel.
On the wheel. 10-2. Yeah,
no, but that, honestly, that offense, I was thinking about that. Anthony Richardson isn't,
he's a
distraught.
Bum.
Dude,
he's a bum.
If he isn't distraught after watching that game,
he's a bum, and I knew it.
All I have to do
is be Matty Ice. I like to know where Matty Ice is right now because I told him.
So he's misremembering our debate a couple of years ago because all I was saying at the time was
you loved him.
I see a vision, AR, to where he's going to be a first-round pick. That was my stance. And I said the NFL is going to bet on his skill set. Was his play in college inconsistent? Absolutely. But I've seen this for years, is that when guys play that position and they look the way he looks and do the things that he can do, somebody's going to take a bet and take him in the first round. Tyvis didn't believe that could happen. He also did not believe that he was going to be a good quarterback in the NFL. So I think we were both correct in our stances on Anthony Richardson.
So you believe that he believes with your assessment was kind of an endorsement rather than just an assessment.
Yeah, I think he believes.
I think he is worthy of being a first rounder, and the NFL will agree with me.
That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying. So Tyvis is making up a whole bunch of nonsense. But make sure you're still listening to T-Bone and Tyvis, even though Tyvis will try.
So when you said he was going to be the next Cam Newton, back then, are you sure?
I did not say that.
I don't know. I may be on Team Tyvis on this one.
I'd like to know where Lou Holtz is right now.
Oh, man.
And we have a little bit more audio because there's a game tonight. Rothman, I don't know if you heard.
Let's go.
T-Bone's not very optimistic for you.
I'll give you a preemptive overreaction for tonight's game.
Is it about J.J. McCarthy?
J.J. McCarthy will be benched in 3 games. After the game he had tonight.
You know, it's so funny.
And 3 more like that.
He's going to come out here and light it up. You got to come here tomorrow.
Then I will eat crow tomorrow. I think he's going to suck. Now, he may not against the Bears defense, but I think he's going to be bad. I think they're all terrified of letting that guy actually throw when he doesn't have someone telling him what the other defense is going to do. So that's my hot take. But see, I give you a reaction, even though the first week isn't technically over. I've got an overreaction for that.
I can't believe you just hate this man.
I don't hate him. I just think he's overrated.
Okay.
So much for the J.J. McCarthy's going to be better than Sam Darnold last season.
Okay. The last part I actually agree with, which is that there's a chance he could be overrated. Or overdrafted, wherever he was.
10th?
He's pretty accurate. And he's got weapons. And they got a defense. And he's a make the routine play routinely right now. I don't think he's benched after 3 games. First of all, they're playing the Falcons defense next and then the Bengals defense next. And they're both at home. So if we have to go to my boy Max Brosmer, I would be
Max Brosmer, baby.
I would be absolutely blown away if that happened after 3 games outside of an injury. But they're all in with him, and they're going to do their best. And this coach has already shown that he can tap into someone's strengths. Mm-hmm. And so I'm not overly optimistic about tonight at all. In fact, the bet to be made is probably the Bears on the money line plus money at home just to win the game. Like, this is a coin flip game. Wouldn't you rather have Caleb at home with the new coach, new offense versus road start, first start, Monday Night Football at a division rival?
I think you can look at it both ways because of what you just said when you started talking about the Bears. New coach, new offense. Like, on their side of things, it may not be clean either. And so I would bet the under on this game. Tough divisional matchup. We just saw what that looked like with the Bengals and the Browns yesterday. But this is the guy, J.J. McCarthy, I could not wait to see amongst all the other players in the NFL because of the situation he's walking into and what the team did last year with Sam Darnold as the QB1 every single week. And so, yeah, I'd be surprised if they pulled him after 3 weeks. I think when you take a guy in the first round, you got to let him ball out or whatever. Just go out there on the field for as long as he possibly can.
I think you're taking this a little bit literally.
But I think with Kevin O'Connell as the play caller and what we've seen him do, he's going to put J.J. McCarthy in good situations. We'll see if he can deliver starting tonight. But I think at the end of the year, you'll have some confidence in J.J.
I see his point, with the whole Connor Stallions effect and all that. But he does come from a pro style, and I think he can slide to create some passing lanes. He can run. He's an athlete. He's got some toughness. No one's going to mistake him for, Fran Tarkenton slinging it all over the place. I just think that let him start his career. And he's got.
Where can I find a good 8-ball?
I jumped the gun. My bad.
Sorry. No,
where can I find a good 8-ball?
That's not attributed to me.
Which is great, which is why I clipped it up.
Oh, man, that's phenomenal.
And we have a new drop on the show, so let's introduce it. This is Shad Khan of the post game.
This is what we envisioned in January, okay? Yes, sir. It's happening here in September. Gonna go on forever.
So that's him giving Liam Cohen the game ball for getting his first win in his first game in Jacksonville. And so here's the drop that we're going to play.
Gonna go on forever.
Oh, that was good. Hey, before
that
we
was
go,
the son or the father?
That's the father.
That's Faja?
Tony is the son. Tony Khan, who runs AEW Wrestling.
Oh,
yes.
That was shocking.
That was the pops. Hey, before we go, if you missed anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up. Because wherever you get your podcast, all you have to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3 will be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the pod as well. The wonderful folks at Bet365 are the sponsor of the Rothman and Ice podcast. Common Man and Timmy coming up next. Jason Stark joins the boys at 5:30.
Talk to you at high noon tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Bo Bishop is a media legend. We have no idea where the other guys came from. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
Common Man here. I want to tell you about my guy, Bob Capace, owner-operator of Worthington Jewelers for the past 25 years. If your only experience is going to the mall for jewelry, Bob and his team will blow you away. Service, quality, and a great price. The store is busy all the time because people keep coming back. True story. My 8-year-old daughter says to me, "When can we go see Mr. Capace again? He's nice." Yes, he's nice. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com.
It's been over 2 years since Bobby Carpenter had regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. He needed relief from knee pain, but he wanted to avoid surgery.
I thought I might have to have my knee scoped, had some injuries, some lingering pain from stuff that I had been dealing with from years of playing professional football and things that kind of flared up again. I started talking to a friend of mine who's orthopedic, and he was like, well, try to avoid surgery if you can.
And you absolutely can avoid surgery. QC Kinetics provides patients with state-of-the-art regenerative treatments, orthobiologics from your own body that help heal and restore damaged, aching joints. And we'll let Bobby tell you about that.
It was all of a sudden that one day, a couple months later, I was, let's go jog, let's try to see what I could do. And the more I did, I was pain-free with it, and it was actually a pretty remarkable process.
Before going under the knife, see if you're a candidate for non-surgical joint pain treatments at QC Kinetics. Call them today.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Scotty Vegas here. Smartest bet of the season? Bet on yourself. I needed a weight loss plan that fit into real life. Tailgates, road trips, kids' nights, and still lets you eat. Week 1 with Awaken 180, I was down 6. By the end, 45 pounds gone. That's with wings, chili, meatballs, sausages, all the good stuff. It's the Tailgate transformation. Structure, coaching, and food that tastes like a win. Make the smart play. Start your Tailgate transformation at awaken180weightloss.com.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY. And when he needs metal, he goes to Metal Supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on Metal Supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save up to $30 on auto repair with the AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through September 30th. See store for details.
5 words no one wants to hear? You need a new roof. What do you do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year, no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, you can save on red, green, or black seedless grapes. They're only $1.49 a pound with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.